Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Paranormal Chop Shop.
Hey everybody,
How's it going, Sonny?
Oh, it's going. I'm getting better. I'm not
Feeling
dead.
better?
yeah, you look better, man. You look a
Says
lot
I'm-
better.
He says I'm not dead.
I ain't never, ever hugging up on Ren again. She gave me the Vegas food.
That's what she said about you.
I know. She's lying.
Damn it, Rin. No, that's cool though. You're feeling good because sometimes it really takes people out.
Yep, I feel
Makes
better.
you
I think I kicked
stay
his
in
ass
bed.
already.
Fuzzy.
Good deal.
Yeah, does look a little fuzzy.
Who's
I think we
fuzzy?
got- I
My
think we're going to have
camera's
a
a
fun
little.
show tonight.
Camera looks like kind of fuzzy. Sonny looks skinny. I look
Hey,
fuzzy.
hey.
How's Chad look? A year older?
Do I look a year older, guys?
Old as
Actually,
shit,
no.
huh?
No. It's the lighting. It's all the lighting.
Yeah,
I
I got my
swear.
lighting a little down.
Yeah, I see that. Well, it's Friday night. I think you're kind of supposed to have some low lighting, but we'll see how the night goes. So, Sonny, we have got some guests backstage.
We do. You want to bring them in or you want me to bring them up?
Yeah. Guys, we got the Mark and Joe show with us tonight. We're going to be talking some
Insane.
paranormal. So, oh, yeah. What's the name of the YouTube channel?
Insane. Oh, now I forgot it. Let's bring them up and ask them.
We'll have to
boy.
ask them.
That's good.
All right, guys,
You know.
please welcome Insane Joe and Mark R, please.
What's going on, guys?
How you doing?
All right.
Hey, what's
How
up,
are you
fellas?
Yeah, we're not the Mark and Joe show anymore. That
Oh,
was
okay.
Silent.
that was when we were doing our early stuff
Wow.
and really making a lot of people mad.
Oh, you just made me and Sonny laugh. We went back
Yeah,
there to look at
we
what some
liked
of your
it.
old stuff was.
Well,
and,
we
were
were
cracking up.
ticking a lot of people off with our old stuff because of what we were talking about.
Everything before 2019.
Okay.
So 19 and later, or early, 19 up till now, we have been insane asylum.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
no, we've been trying to get things changed with Facebook on that, and it won't let us.
Oh,
Joe-
Facebook won't let you?
No, Joe has tried so many times it won't let him. He's just irritated now about it.
Yeah, that does suck. Because
Yeah.
you don't want to change it up once you already have something established.
Yeah, I'd have to create a whole new Facebook page, and we kind of got ourselves established. I mean, if you go
Yeah.
back to the history of that Facebook page, it goes back to when we were CCS, and that was when we were repairing computers and stuff, trying to open a computer store.
Yep,
So how long have you guys known each other?
too long.
Too long? Kind of like lifelong friends?
No, about
Um,
25 years. Or
yeah,
so.
it's been about 25 years.
That's cool. And did you meet? How did you guys meet?
Oh, that's a funny story.
Oh boy.
I'll let him tell it.
Go ahead.
My brother and Mark were transit drivers at a place called Union Cab in Madison. And I had just got done with the leukemia and I got the clear to go back to work. I couldn't do what I normally did, which was I was a security officer / private investigator for many years before that. So I went to drive for a living. So I decided to go drive cab. My brother didn't know what car I had, didn't know I was showing up, and I decided to put one of these tickets on it. And at the end of the ticket, it says, if you park like you fuck, it's a wonder you can get it in. And he went around, and now my brother's like 6'1", 250,
No, he's more like 290.
All right, closer to 300. All right, we'll give him that. Back then, probably.
Yeah,
Even
well, he still is.
Anyway, he likes to push his weight around, so he went around the entire company blaming everybody until he got to Mark. Mark just bursted out laughing, and after that, he swore up and down it was Mark. I was already on the road, so he had no idea I was there. So I came in for a break, and when I came into the office, and he realized, oh, you son of a bitch, I was blaming everybody until And I blamed Mark all day until you got here. Yeah. And the rest
That's awesome.
is history kind of since then,
Yeah.
You may
So
live.
what
What?
sparked your interest to start a podcast together or start a YouTube channel together?
Well, the podcast thing came
The women.
from his wife, my girlfriend. They were sitting in the back seat of the car, and we
On
were
a
going.
hour tour.
We were going to
That's
get.
fair.
We were going. I was taking him up to the northern part of Wisconsin to pick up a new puppy because his puppy they had lost him, and he was Joe was in a bad set of mind. So I figured it'd be good to do that. Joe's wife found a rescue up in the Athens area. So it was about a 3-hour drive from where we're at. So Joe and I are in the front seat. The girls are in the back seat, and we're on our way up. Yeah, that's Nitro, the one that he lost.
Oh, okay. Awesome dog. That looks like a wolf.
Yep, that's why I likes him so much.
Mhm.
So we're on the way up there, and him and I are just going at it. I mean, we've been friends so damn long, we can finish each other's sentences, and we can pretty much talk crap about each other without anybody getting upset.
Yeah.
So we're going at it, and the girls are just cracking up laughing. So
Camera.
on the way back,
We should be.
they were saying that they should have brought a camera with us and recorded us doing this
Mhm.
because we were being goofy and funny and everything. So we got back and we started thinking about that. We got back, we're sitting around in chairs and just kind of talking amongst and I'm like, we can always do a podcast. So
Boom.
we started out with a program called Spreaker.
Okay, I've heard of that.
Fucker.
Spreaker. No,
Whatever.
it's speaker with a P in there. Spreaker.
Spreaker.
Or
Who's the more guy in the world?
Yeah. Anyway, it would only give you 15 minutes at a time.
Mhm.
So we were doing that. And then then I think they added it to where we could actually do longer than 15 minutes. But eventually we found StreamYard, thanks to some people that we met here in Wisconsin that was doing podcasts, like a comedy podcast.
Mhm.
No, they actually helped us by
And they helped us a lot.
telling us about XSplit first.
Oh yeah, XSplit. That's right. We did XSplit first, and then they discovered StreamYard, and we came over to StreamYard. But what we were talking first was religion and politics. And
Okay.
man, I'll tell you,
Religion and politics? Boy.
yes,
It's starting real heavy.
and that was really pissing a lot of people off because we started getting a following, and then they started getting mad, and then they started dropping us.
I think our
So we-
YouTube subscribers went active.
Wow.
So we took a break from that, renamed ourselves, and he was trying to think of something else we could do, and I'm like, why not paranormal? I've got a background, I'm a Wiccan. I've started practicing Wicca back when I was like 14, 15 years old,
Oh, wow.
and I lived in California, so I'm a transplant to Wisconsin from California. I was born in Hanford and raised in a little town called Layton. So I lived out there until I was like 21, 22.
Okay.
Moved out here because of my ex-wife. Her and I got together out there, and
Happens to be my cousin.
yeah, short tail cousin to him.
We
Wow.
found that out much later.
Small
Yeah.
world.
Yeah,
Back in the
very-
day, Layton out here was a small town with a big rodeo.
Yep, and it still is a small town, and I think it still has that rodeo.
Yep. Been there many times. I bet we've crossed each other there a lot of
You know,
times.
we may have. I've been to that rodeo a few times, and I actually helped some of the guys on the football team because I was on the football team in my senior year there.
Weren't you a rodeo clown too back in the day?
We took this one girl. She was a real bitch at school, and she drove this Volkswagen Bug, which is very popular out there in California, by the way.
That I know her too.
Well, it didn't matter who you were. She was a bitch to you, right? So we took those 50-gallon drums that they had for trash cans around the school, put them out in the field, the football field. 4 of us carried that Volkswagen out there, lifted it up, and the 5th one positioned those drums under the wheels and set that fucker right down on top of those drums.
Yeah, that pissed her off. That's why she don't like you.
That would do it.
It was fun. So anyway, but yeah, getting back to this stuff. So whenever we revamped it and everything, we went into the paranormal. We started talking about paranormal because I'm kind of a conspiracy theorist too, and I love stuff, anything about UFOs, cryptids,
That's such a broad
spirits,
topic.
ghosts, whatever. What's that, Joe?
It's such a broad topic. And then, I've got the investigation background,
Mm-hmm.
took police science, did security, did private investigation, all that stuff for years. But I had an experience too. So, I believe anything's possible,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
That's cool.
Yeah,
So you guys both had experiences?
I've had experiences since I was yay high.
Mm-hmm.
First real UFO I ever remember seeing. My mom seen it first, and I was 8 years old, and she calls me. I was in the living room watching TV, and she calls me into the kitchen and points it out to me. It was coming in from behind the house. So we went to the back porch, stepped out the back door. Now, I'll age myself. I'm 53, so
Ryan, back
way back then. So at the time, my dad had this 50-foot radio antenna. That's when ham radios were real popular still and everything. So we had this 50-foot antenna strapped to the top of the house.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom and I are standing out there watching as this craft or whatever the hell it is was just slowly moving in. It was square. It had 4 lights on the corners and one big white bright light in the center that was kind of pulsing. And it came in over. It went from west to east, and it literally completely cleared that radio antenna. But when it got over the house, it was actually bigger in size than the house. And we watched it go completely over the house, went back inside to the front steps, stepped out, and watched it as it completely went all the way out and just disappeared.
How slow was it? How slow was it going when it was going over the house? Was it like too slow to? It was slower than it should have been to stay in the sky.
If it would have had some sort of prop or jet engine or something like that, it would have stalled out and crashed. How slow it was going.
Mm-hmm.
It today, thinking about it, I'd say it seems similar to what a balloon would that would have been on an air current.
Okay.
But this thing was huge. Whatever it was freaking huge.
It sounds similar to what Sonny saw one night. What shape was yours? I forgot what you said.
It was square.
Oh,
It
square.
was actually square. Now, I have seen a triangular craft.
Yeah, because Sonny saw a triangle craft that
Yeah, over Easton Village, a big ass flying wing that I thought was a B-52 bomber, and then I talked to Jim Goodall, showed him a drawing of what I seen, and he laughed. He told me if that was a B-52 bomber that low to your house, he goes, you would have definitely heard it. He goes, it would have been so loud, it would have blew the windows out of your house. I was like, really? And he goes, yeah, because
there's like four huge engines on those bombers.
Yeah, you would have felt it in the ground.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, it would have blew the windows out. You'd have felt it and heard it.
Well, when they
can't go that slow either, because like you're saying, Mark, it was barely moving. It had forever it took a long time to go through the neighborhood. Minutes.
Yep. We were probably, it probably took from the time it got close enough to the house. See, my parents lived on 20 acres of land, and we lived right in smack dab center of the San Joaquin Valley, pretty much. Where we lived, we were approximately 21 miles south of Fresno. If you took Cedar Avenue out of Fresno, you would have went down. God, what was the name of that street?
Chestnut. That's the one I'm on.
Because it comes out. Okay, and then you gotta zigzag back to go back down.
Yeah, that's Peach too does that going into Layton.
Yeah, so does Fowler.
Yeah, Fowler too.
But Fowler's kind of like a highway now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's by the highway now. It's still got that zigzag though. Before you got to shoot back to Layton, you still have that zigzag.
That little zigzag. So
small world.
You know, we were on Cedar Avenue there, and Cedar and Serene. So there's a big mega dairy that bought the land from my parents, the Zonnefelds. But when it came in, when we were able to actually see it instead of the lights themselves, it probably took 45 minutes to go completely over the house and off into the distance. So we stood there for close to an hour watching it. That's how slow it was moving.
That's a long time to be watching something in the sky. Yeah, so the only
problem is now, you know, I like I said, I aged myself. 8 years old when this happened. We didn't have a video camera, and I don't even know if we had a Polaroid camera at the time. And it you know, so so I wasn't able to think about.
I had a phone. I had a really nice phone with a video camera on it and everything. And when I went in and told someone they needed to come out and look at this with me, I set that really nice phone on the bed when I grabbed my gun and went back out there. And then when I got out there and realized, fuck, what the fuck am I going to do with this gun? This thing's huge, humongous, and it's falling on top of my house. That's what I thought was going on. I thought it was going to fall right down the house.
Yeah, especially moving that slow.
Yep.
Yeah, so...
go ahead.
Actually, I lost my train of thought. I had a question, but then Sonny interrupted me, and now I can't remember what it was. Damn.
You better be quicker with them questions.
Let me think.
You said your mom and dad and you watched it for like an hour?
No, just my mom and I.
Oh, your mom.
Yeah. My dad, I can't remember where my dad was. He had gone somewhere. I think he was working a night shift somewhere.
Huh.
Because at the time,
because I know how the old guys are out here. So what
honestly, I do not know. I didn't say anything. I think my mom told him, and I don't know what kind of conversation it was, but I know exactly what I saw. And then I also had an incident here in Wisconsin, which I actually took a picture of one of them. But I worked as a garbage man here for a while, and I was out in the middle of nowhere, headed to my second stop of the morning, and I'm watching this light coming in from the west over this field. I'm the only one on the road, only one in the area. I've got the garbage truck, and I pulled over and stopped, and I'm like watching this thing, trying to figure out what the hell it is. It's a triangular craft. It's a smaller triangular craft, and it's got the 3 lights on it. And this one didn't have a light in the center; it just had the 3 corner lights on it. I get out and walk over to the edge of the field, and I'm watching it, and it's coming in really, really slow, and it's really dark, and the sun is barely starting to peek over the horizon in the back, so it kind of gave it that little bit of a shadowing, so you could see it better. I didn't see anything that looked like windows, but it was moving extremely slow, and it was about, I'd say, probably 500-600 feet in the air.
Was it black or gray?
It was, from what my perspective was, it looked black.
Mm-hmm.
And it was about 200 or 300 yards out in the field. And there was a light breeze blowing from the east, and it was like very slowly moving against the breeze. So, and at that time, I didn't have a cell phone with a camera on it, because I don't know if those even had I don't even know if cell phones at that time had the cameras on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does sound like the TR3B, champ, for sure.
Yeah, without
Triangle craft.
the orange thing in the center.
True. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's funny how they all have different color lights.
Scary Gary sent me a message yesterday and something, I think it was Instagram or something, of a truck driving down a freeway pulling a really big ass plane.
Oh yeah.
And it was so cool. He sent me this picture because the plane's covered. It's wrapped, so you can't see the whole thing, but you know what it is.
You
It's
know
just
what it
wrapped.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. So he sends me the video of this because they're on the freeway. And they got cops all around them, and there's a truck pulling it, hauling ass, and everyone has to pull over and get out of the way, and the cops are just clearing a path. And this truck goes by them, and they're videotaping.
Damn, I wonder what kind of plane that was.
It was a
That's
X-59, a Skunkworks X-59.
How'd you
Probably
find
can't
that
say
out?
how I know what it is, but you know.
Oh, I know how you know how it was.
It was a Skunkworks X-59. So
Huh.
mystery solved for Scary Gary. But it was, buddy.
That's what we do here at the Chop Shop. We get right down to the
That's right.
business.
I called Skunkworks and said, "What the hell is this?"
My name is Sonny Conway, and I got questions.
Yep, and they told me.
Probably heard of my very successful YouTube channel, Paranormal Chop Shop.
Freedom of Information Act.
Yeah, I don't think I'd have the balls to even dial that number.
Let me get this straight. You want what now?
But the X-59, Chad, it almost looks like the SR-71. The
SR-71 Blackbird.
That's it.
The one that they modeled the X-plane after.
Yes. Yeah, that was the XR-71.
Yes, it was.
That's from the X-Men movies?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that looked
They
familiar.
modeled it. They modeled the X-plane after the SR-71. The SR-71 Blackbird is, I'm not sure, it's not now, but it used to be in its prime. The highest flying, fastest moving jet that we had in our fleet.
Oh, yeah.
We've heard a story about that thing being fast, like from Jim Goodall.
Uh-huh.
And he says that he has a story about something pulling away from the SR-71 and leaving it like it was standing still.
Oh,
Yeah. And
Can
that
you
was when
imagine that?
that's when they were testing the plane in the stratosphere when that happened.
Huh. Yeah, that blows me away because
You know that when the SR-71 would fly from coast to coast, when it went to turn around, it took 5 states of space in the air to turn that thing around,
No, I didn't know that.
to make a complete turnaround at supersonic speed.
Yeah, because it couldn't.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would break
Yeah.
apart.
It'll probably
Yeah.
break in half. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't very maneuverable at high speeds.
Except for the one that I seen a picture of that I wasn't supposed to see a picture of. I had a friend in the military who I'm not going to say his name, but he was based in Lemoore, and I was still living in California at the time, and as I was coming back from Oklahoma, have family out there. Me and the girlfriend at the time, and she was driving, and I was sitting in the passenger seat, and we were coming through the desert by Edwards, and I'm watching this fucking craft wasn't much bigger than a Cessna do maneuvers that an airplane is not supposed to do. I watched the damn thing do a 90-degree turn. And I'm not shitting you, a full 90-degree turn. And so when we got back and I got to talk with my friend, we're in his bunks. Me and him is the only one there. We're talking. And I told him what I seen. And his jaw damn near hit the ground. He's like, "You seen what?" And I said, "Yeah, this is it. The plane wasn't much bigger than a Cessna, and it was flying maneuvers that a plane should not fly."
Yeah.
He goes, he literally opened his door, looked around, make sure nobody was out there, closed the fucking door, and bolted it shut. Not just bolted it shut, took a chair and shoved it in to keep, And he goes, "What I'm going to show you right now, I don't want you ever to disclose it." Well, what he showed me was a craft that the military was working on. This thing was maneuvering like a UFO would, and he literally said that they have already broke the they figured out the problem of inertia.
Oh.
You know what inertia is, right?
Like resistance?
Gravity. Like if you're when you take off in a car, it pushes you back in the seat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's inertia. That's G-force. The G-forces.
Right.
So,
Well, that's interesting.
It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy looking at.
How long ago was that?
That was right about when I was 19, 20.
Okay.
So that would have been 33 years.
That's interesting too, because they do say that a lot of the times the military is 30 to 40 years out with technology.
Yep.
And now we're just starting to see stuff like that materialize on video.
Yep. But the thing is with that, that was basically a backwards engineered craft.
Mm-hmm. Type like a Bob Lazar type reverse engineered craft. Mm-hmm. How do you what's your opinion on the Bob Lazar story?
I believe him.
Yeah.
I also know that they moved everything out of Area 51. Area 51 now is just a test site.
That triangle craft that you were talking about, the one that flew over my house, you know what Easton Village is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I live in the center block I lived in Easton Village on the center block on Joy Avenue. All right.
Mm-hmm.
This flew directly over the center of us, so it's dead center in Easton Village, and it was so wide, the wings were so long on it that when I thought it was falling, I thought, "Oh shit, this is going to take out like 3 of these blocks," because it was centering the neighborhood, and it looked like it was falling out of the sky because it was going so slow.
Yeah,
that was right over the top of me, and while I'm looking up at it, there's a neighbor out looking with us, and we could see the paneling. Like, I could see the panels where they literally look like they're riveted on the belly of this plane. Big sections of panels all over that look like they're riveted on. And I could see the exhaust dumps inside the exhaust dumps as it goes over the top of the house. I can see inside the exhaust dumps. It's just a sheet of metal splitting two. There's big squares like this on each side. There's 3 of them like that on each side. You can see the exhaust dumps, and there's no sound, and there's no smoke. There's no flames coming out of it.
You
There's
know what
nothing.
they were using, don't you?
So I think that like what I seen was one of our planes, but like a reverse engineered
It was.
propulsion system.
Propulsion is propulsion, but what they were using is anti-gravity.
Something, man, because and then that's another thing. Jim said they can't go that slow because this is how slow it was going. I pulled
They
into the
can.
neighborhood
If
and
they
seen it.
have,
and pulled up to the house. I got out of the truck and looked at it, figured out what it was, and I was like, holy shit, someone's got to see this. I went in the house and got my daughter, which was in the shower. She had to put a towel on and then go back out. And she looked up at it for a minute, and then she went back in, and me and the neighbor stayed out there and looked at it as it went by. So it's going that slow that I had time to go in the house and get someone out of the shower. And
I'll
it's just barely
imagine
over the
that's
top of the house.
It might not have been going as slow as you think it was because of its size.
Well, that's why I'm saying I had enough time to go in there and get her and
yeah,
come out.
yeah.
Yeah, it's still right over the top of the
Well,
house when we came back out.
It's anti-gravity propulsion.
Yep.
There's no sound that comes off of anti-gravity.
Then when
There's no exhaust.
When it did take off, like after it got past our neighborhood and
Mhm.
maybe a street away, about to East Avenue, actually, since you know where that's at. So in between Cherry and East Avenue, once it got to East Avenue, it accelerated and it banked towards Layton. So it's banking towards Layton and accelerated and got up higher and then just disappeared. But it didn't phew, like they say UFOs do. It just, I watched this thing accelerate and bank and turn really wide, like, you know.
And it was just gone.
Yeah, and it just disappeared because it was black. It was jet black with no lights. It had lights on the cone of it when I first pulled in the neighborhood. That's how I seen it, as I thought it was a drone. It had 4 lights on the cone of it. And as we got into the neighborhood and I got out and I'm looking up at it, that's it. Just before he got over the house, they shut those cone lights off. And then there's no marker lights on the wings. There's no flashing lights on it. There's nothing. Once they shut those, it was like landing lights that they had on, these big, huge lights. And like a floodlight, not a spotlight, not like a beam. It was just like headlights on a car.
See, that's what I don't understand is like if these
And I could see windows too. You said you seen no windows. I could see the windows of this thing over the top of the lights on the top of that cone.
If they're supposed to be so secretive, why do they have lights on them? That's what I don't understand. Like they don't need them.
He could see. He was that low that he would probably needed to see.
Well,
Man.
they could have that could have actually been a test flight that they were doing, and it may have had some issues.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So,
And then
you know, but yeah, I'm sorry to say this, okay? Our military jets that we have right now, the 117 stealth fighter,
Mm-hmm.
it's obsolete. The F-22 Raptor, it's obsolete. The F-35, it's obsolete. Everything we have basically is obsolete
Kind of like you.
because we've already our military
Jeez.
has our military.
Good Lord, Joe.
Doesn't matter. He's always
Man of
like
many
that.
words.
Joe's getting fired up. He got
Yep,
some-
he's getting fired up now. He's warming up.
But our military has machinery
Mhm.
that can't be touched by
Yeah.
pretty much anything, and it's all because of the fact of the crafts that they crashed back in 1942.
And then how long was the SR-1 in service before we knew about it? Wasn't that a long time too, guys? I can't remember.
Mhm.
Like 20 years or something before we seen it, I guess.
The Blackbird?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
71.
Yep. So
Yeah,
they gotta
it's
have
been
stuff like that still that they're not gonna. I'm almost convinced that what is it, the TRB or whatever that.
The TR-3B.
There you go. I think that's got to be ours.
well.
Yeah,
the
especially-
SR-71 was in service since 1964.
Yeah, I just think the ones that people are seeing that have like, I just think there's 2 different types because I think there's the ones that are ours that people are seeing that have, you can see distinct panels, different panels put
Mhm.
together to form the craft. And then there's other ones that people are seeing that are just strictly light, like a ball of light, like the orbs.
I see those out here all the time.
Do you really?
Yeah, I look out my backyard. I still have a Siberian Husky,
Mm-hmm.
but she doesn't like the winter as much because she's all white, so she doesn't have that black to keep the heat in.
Okay.
Yeah. So I let her. She likes to go out a lot at night in the summertime when it gets real nice and cool out. So I'm out there at midnight, 1, 2, sometimes 3 o'clock in the morning. I've lived out here for 7 years now, and I live out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a trailer court community that got turned into a condo thing, and I got a little. He'll call it a pond, but I call it a lake.
It's a fucking pond.
It's a fucking lake. It's got fish in it, and it's spring fed.
Doesn't matter. It's still a pond.
Fuck you. Anyway,
Okay, a lake is big enough to actually put a boat in and
they
take
put
it up
boats
to
in
speed.
there.
Listen,
Put
and take
paddle
it
boats
up
and
to
stuff in
speed.
there.
This
That's
is
a
hilarious.
No. I'm not talking about paddle boats. All right, I'm not talking
Motorboats.
I'm not talking about putting your ass in a seat and taking a paddle and pushing yourself along. I'm talking about a boat with a freaking 500 horse motor on it that you can drop in a lake and go and take that thing and open it up as fast as you possibly
Well,
can.
Definition of a lake.
All right, that's a lake.
My definition.
He's talking about Pine Flat.
Yeah.
I just
Pine
had
Flat or
Shaver, Bass Lake, Shaver Lake.
yeah,
We got a
Shaver
bunch.
Lake, Bass Lake, Kuya.
just had this conversation with Josh Casey
No.
in North Carolina.
But anyway, on the other side is a farmer's field, cornfield and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right around this time of year, it's still pretty low and stuff. I've gotten to know all of his
Yeah.
lights over there. The lights of his vehicles, the lights on his houses and the buildings, and then the radio tower light that's off to the side. And every now and then I'll see some strange ones, and I know they're not from the airport, because the airport we have here is just a local, little tiny training airport. They don't even have the capabilities of a big passenger jet to land there. So, I know what planes look like. I grew up in Madison. Dane County Regional Airport's the biggest airport, one of the biggest airports in the Madison, in that area.
Mm-hmm.
And I know what those planes look like and stuff. And these aren't planes when I see them in the sky at night. I've seen some strange stuff out here
Mm-hmm.
that I can't explain. And it's not stars, it's not moons. If I would have had his device, I would have taken pictures of them a few times, but my cell phone won't do it that well. But he's got that, what do you call it, a tracking? What was that thing you got, Mark?
What?
Boy,
Got a sky tracking.
it's like a telescope, and you can hook it up to your phone.
No, it's a spotter scope, and I can hook my
Spotter
phone up to it.
Yeah.
Actually, it's got a camera that I can put on it, and it'll take pictures and video in night vision.
It's called a spider scope.
Spotter.
Oh, spotter scope. Okay.
Yeah. It's a night vision spotter scope.
Mm.
For hunting.
Hey, since you were out in Layton, did you ever see any lights in the sky, like just bright ass? It looks like almost like a shop light, an LED shop light, but really big, just turn on in the sky.
Oh, you mean
Almost like sunlight and
are
then
you
shut off like
talking-
a flash.
Are you talking about the one that's over the mountains, kind of to the northwest or northeast?
I don't know. Well, we know because me and Papa Willie, he's usually here with me, but I got sick last week, so I don't feel comfortable having
Nope, that's
people
fine.
around me yet. But we were fishing together, and what we did was went out towards the casino in Lemoore, and instead of going towards the casino, we went right. We went east.
Okay.
Yeah, the west. Sorry, we went west of the casino, and while we were out there fishing, it put us out by the air base. Is
Lemoore
what it did. And we were out
Nance.
fishing.
Yeah,
We were out fishing by the
Lemoore
Aqueduct.
Naval Air Station.
Yeah, and we seen this bright ass light. When it happened, he was like, if the water, he's faced the water like this, sitting down in his wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
And when it happened the first time, it's behind him right here. And I'm standing over here, and he looks at me and he goes, did you just take a picture of me? I go, I didn't take a picture of you because I don't know what the fuck that was. I go, it's just a big bright light right there, you know, because I seen it. It was in front of me. And then a little while later, we're both fishing facing this way, and it goes off again above us, but this time it's above the water too. And so when it goes off, it's so bright you can't look at it. And it's just this big bar, and it's like the flash of a camera. It turns on and then shuts off. It only goes off for that long. But when it turns on, we try to look down because it's so bright, and it's coming out of the water too. So we had to look at it that time, you know, and it just turns on and shuts off. And that one's always puzzled me because I have no idea what the fuck that was. It was like lighting up everything. It was like someone turned the sun on.
Yeah, I didn't see anything like that when I lived in Cali. I didn't see anything like that.
I've never seen anything like that either.
That one's a new one. That was a new one for me. What body of water were you at?
Out by the aqueduct, out there.
Were you fishing in the aqueduct?
I think we were fishing that night. We might have went to it and came back and fished the canals off of it.
Okay.
A really big one out there. So it might have been the aqueduct. I can't remember exactly.
I'm trying to remember where. I used to go fishing out there all the damn time. My dad took us out.
Yep.
So I was trying to remember exactly where.
It's the spot with all the trees and shit out there, just west of the casino, the opposite way of, like, when you leave 41, you go west. You don't go east.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to remember where all that's at. Yeah, I've never seen anything like that. But I used to watch. I used to watch this guy. You know, I lived in Layton area ever since I was pretty much born.
That's a good spot.
I left California when I was 21. Moved out here.
Man.
So all through my youth and everything, I used to watch this damn light come on in the sky right above the mountains. It always came on above the mountains. Now, normally, if it was a star, you'd see it rise, but it never did. And I would literally sit and watch it for 2-3 hours. It would never move position. It almost looked like a plane with landing lights on.
Definitely
Now
not.
we do have a base on top of Bald Mountain with a big ass bright light on it. I don't know if you can see that from Layton, but you might be able to see that once it turns on, because I can see Fresno from it. So yeah, that I don't know. That light's not that bright though. That was pretty amazing.
It literally looked like I guess it more looked like maybe like Venus, like, you know how bright it gets because it's reflecting the sun. Because stars are a little dimmer, and that's because they're further away. But it was a ball, you know, just a round light. It just pop on, and it just never anything that would rise, you know, like if it was in the sky or like a planet or anything, you wouldn't watch it come up over the mountains. It would just pop on. I actually tried to chase it one time.
You're gonna go find it, huh?
Yeah, just to see.
Where he lived, Chad, no lights, man.
Oh, that's
where he's where I have to go look towards. I have to go look towards where he came from at nighttime, just so I could drown the lights out from Fresno. He was right in the middle of all that dark.
That's my dream. I need to move out to a place like that.
I
No
absolutely
lights.
loved it.
Cool.
I absolutely loved it.
Layton is just like the town I grew up in Easton. They're both really small.
Oh man,
Kind of dark, and have a lot of stories come out of them.
Layton and Easton grow grapes and good-looking men, don't they, Mark?
Yeah.
They do.
Well, the women are pretty good looking too.
They're all right.
oh yeah. Yeah, this
but
town only has 7,000 here. I don't have that many people in this town, but I'm surrounded by larger towns, so unfortunately get some light pollution.
Layton was a town of 1,800 people, and my dad was the rural carrier for that town. So the 1,800 people in town got all their mail at the post office. My dad serviced the other 3,000 people in the surrounding area. So
you know the sign that says "Welcome to Easton" when you come into Easton.
Mm-hmm.
a few years ago, I had my uncle with me, and he lives in Washington State now. And we drove by that sign, and he goes, "Turn around and go back." And I used to live in those apartments right there, right by the sign. It was right there.
Yeah.
And so I turned around and went back, and he got out, and I got out with him. His fucking name's at the bottom of it. It's the same sign he made in the 50s in high school. That thing's still
Wow.
hanging there. That's been
That
there
is fucking cool. That is cool
Are
as
you
hell.
kidding me? Yep. He made that in high school.
Yeah, I have because of growing up out there and the shenanigans I got into. I've been pretty much from the north to the south and from the east to the west of that state, all over it. So
Yeah, we grew up in a good spot, Chad. This is where you need to live, man.
I know. At least out west somewhere.
I say,
the only thing bad about it now is it's expensive as hell to live out there.
Dude, if I could afford a house in Layton, I'd buy one. When he lived in Layton, I could have bought a house in Layton for probably $15,000. Now you better have about $800,000 to get a house.
It's insane. It's insane what the property values went up.
That's
Fucking
crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
We used to fish the slough that ran behind the church, the Pentecost church there next to the tracks.
Oh yeah. You're right out of bowls.
Yeah. We used to fish that, and if you go down in that bed whenever it's dry, there's actual holes in the granite bed of that. So when they shut the water off, those holes will hold water for a while.
Mhm.
And me and a couple of friends were back there, and we were screwing around. We were actually muling rainbow trout out of there.
And we used to ride the railroad tracks with our dirt bikes because, when we didn't have cars when we were kids, we could just ride our dirt bikes like bicycles out here, Chad. And we would take off down the tracks, not riding on them, but beside them. There's dirt roads.
Mhm.
And my cousins did that one day without me. And these idiots called me at like 8 o'clock at night from Layton and said, "Hey, you got to come get us." We didn't make it back. They took off and went so far. They hit it all the way up in Layton from Easton on the tracks. It's a long ride.
Huh.
Yeah, it is.
Sounds like fun though.
It is. It's a blast, dude. It's so much fun doing that. Yeah.
Mhm. Run into a train ever?
They do it. That's what the little dirt bike's for.
it's
I
fun
have a
when-
cousin that has
like,
derailed a couple of trains out there
shit.
because he's an idiot. We smashed nickels. Yeah, he thought
Nickels,
putting a whole bunch of fucking
pennies,
steel pipes on there was going to be cool, and it derailed the train.
Oh, Jesus.
Man.
Yeah, you know when a train's coming, you get up there and you set a penny or a nickel or even a quarter down on the track, and the train will hit, run that over, and by the time it's done, you go back up and kind of, sometimes if you're lucky, it'll stay on the track. If not, it'll just kind of fall down to the side. You go up there, find it, and then you got a penny, it's about that big around when you put it on the track, and then now it's like that long and like that wide.
like those machines up themselves.
It smashes the shit out of them, and sometimes they stay there and they just
Yeah,
get ran
that's what-
over
that's
until
what
you
I'm
go
saying.
pick it off
They
of
will
there.
literally stay there.
Yeah.
I bet they're warm when you go to grab it.
You know what else is fun? Is putting the 22 shells up on the track.
Jesus Christ.
Whoa.
Oh man.
That's a cool
I
idea.
never did that.
It's
I
like
never
4th
did
of
that.
July, Chad. Just-
But I did take
Really?
I did take steel balls and tape them to the back of shotgun shells and throw them up in the air and let them hit the road.
What?
yeah. Well,
You
we
take-
did that, but we would cut the BBs out, but leave the wad in, and we would do that. Yeah, it's like a lawn dart, Chad, that explodes when it hits the ground.
Sonny, you're chicken shit. I left the fucking shot in there.
We didn't want to kill ourselves, man.
Oh my god.
And I set the field on fire across the street from the house. My brother and his family came out for a visit for the day, and they were leaving, and I was horsing around with bottle rockets. I laid one on the driveway and lit it, and it went screaming out underneath their car and went right next to the power line pole on the other side of the road. It caught the grass on fire.
Remember how you used to come into Easton, and when you came across Clayton, there was a big ass hole in the center of Clayton and 41 for the longest time, right in the middle.
Yep, I know.
I put a cherry bomb rolled in BBs in the center of that intersection and blew a hunk of street out. I didn't know. I never lit one of those. It was a really big cherry bomb that we got from the Indian reservation. It was a damn stick of dynamite. It was a cherry bomb.
Cherry bomb.
So have you ever went fishing with the M80s?
Yeah, for mailboxes.
No, man. No. We had an irrigation ditch that ran next to the property, and then it would go across the street and then over into this one area that dropped down, a big concrete section that dropped down, and go up underneath and then come back on the other side. Well, every time we go to Oklahoma, man, we'd stop, pick up fucking M80s, M100s, firecrackers, bottle rockets, whatever. Roman candles. My brother almost blew his fucking hand off with one of those. He was holding it. You know how they got 10 shots in them, right? Let 3 of the shots go off, and he walks over and sticks it in the ground like this. 4 more shots go off, and the whole thing goes boom.
Oh yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
Have you ever heard of anything said about the Fowler Rodeo? You ever heard of that?
I know about the Fowler Rodeo, but
the Fowler Rodeo to us, man, I'm about ready to tell on a whole bunch of us. The Fowler Rodeo to us guys is we all had trucks, big old lifted trucks back then. We pile in the back of them, and we take our roping ropes, these right here.
Now I got him talking secrets now.
We get our roping ropes and we tie these to the back of the truck, and we stand in the back of the truck, and we do it through Fowler, and we rope people's mailboxes, and you just let them go, and we don't stop. We're driving as we don't stop while we're moving.
That's a take on mailbox baseball.
Yeah, that was our Okie version of mailbox baseball. It was Fowler Rodeo.
So Sonny, how many times did you all put everybody in the back of a fucking pickup truck drinking and then throw fucking beer bottles at signs?
Every Friday night on the way to Cedar and Mountain View. Remember Cedar and Mountain View? That's where I used to party there.
I know where Cedar and Mountain View is.
Party there every Friday, dude. I can hit a sign from the driver's seat throw it this way, dude, over the truck.
It's too small of a world, guys. Too small of a world.
Me and a friend of mine, we were out just cruising around talking, and I just turned 18, and I always, if I let my beard grow out, I'd always never get carded. So I go and grab us a 6-pack or a 12-pack. We're driving around drinking MGDs, and we both finish around the same time. So rolled the windows down, then we're cruising along. I threw the bottle out like this over the car. He goes like this with it, and you could literally hear it. One hits, and then the other hits immediately right after it. So both of us hit the exact same sign, which was an extremely rare thing to do.
Yeah, that's hard to do. Hit them both. It's hard to hit it from the driver's seat. It is.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. Especially when the sign's on the passenger side. What's even more fun is when you're cruising along with a whole group and you're drinking, because at the time, and only can get your hands on wine coolers. You're drinking wine coolers, and you're sitting in the passenger seat, and you're like roll down the window, and you're like, "What? Hey, check this out!" You throw it like that to hit the sign, and it misses the sign and takes the window out on the car in the driveway just past the sign.
Jamie says, "I'm on Fresno TikTok right now. Holy ghetto."
I told you, Jamie, I'm a gangster. You better watch out.
Straight up ghetto out there in Fresno.
We were crazy. I mean, we had nothing else to fucking do out there. It's
Dollar
basically
Rodeo
just
every Friday.
put
Get a new mailbox. at
put
your
a 6-pack, 12-pack in a cooler in the back seat and just drive the fuck around all night drinking.
Yeah, if you
And
got
that-
pulled over here, Chad, when we were kids, the worst the sheriffs would do was just pour
Let's
your
take your
beer out
beer.
and they'd go home.
No, they would take my beer.
Yeah, they'd take it and drink it sometimes, but
Exactly.
the female
Thanks
cops
for the
always made
beer.
it poured out on the ground.
Yeah.
The guys
Yeah.
were the ones that would take it. And then in Cedar and
Times
Mountain
have
View, when we're
changed.
talking about partying, Chad, there's 3 exits out of that spot. And you can only get out of 2 of them if you got a 4-wheel drive truck. So the cops would come in one exit and we'd all leave out the other 2. So there's traffic in there.
That's why pretty much everybody had trucks.
Yep.
What's up, Papa Willie? We miss you, man. Sonny's got to feel better so you can come on over. Champ Campbell wanted to know, is this a confession podcast?
It is now.
It turned into one pretty quick, didn't
It
it?
is now. Yeah, I used to since my parents had 20 acres of land, we had this really big area of field right next to the house. So I'd have friends that would bring pallets, old nasty pallets over. We'd pile them up all week long. Yeah, I'd find pallets, bring them over, throw them out, pile them up, and then they'd come over. Somebody bring a 12-pack or a case of beer. I'd get a couple of cases of beer. We'd have some JD or Jim Beam or something like that, and we'd be sitting out there and take a can of gasoline, throw it on that fucking pallet pile, and then take a lit cigarette and go like that, and that son of a bitch would poof, and we'd sit there all fucking night with a big ass bonfire and just getting sloshed.
Yep. Yeah, that was every Friday. That's what we did at Cedar.
I'm
Mountain.
so surprised you and Sonny don't know each other.
We probably do. I guarantee you, we know each
We
other.
might.
I guarantee you.
By the end of the night, we're going to figure out your cousins.
Yeah.
You never know.
You never know.
Anything
Yeah, because he's the right age, and if he moved at 21, yep.
Yep.
Jamie.
We either knew each other or we were some sort of rival.
Stop calling me an old pallet. I'm Spooky's old lady.
Who thinks of this stuff, man?
I
Yeah, we got
don't
some
know.
dirty girls in here, Mark. You better watch out.
My hubby's out of town still. Yeah, you never know about our chat room. Oh man,
I don't know, Joe. You're not being very talkative tonight.
I think Joe's just sitting
We
back.
took over, man. We took over.
Joe's like, we're not talking about ghosts anymore. What the hell is going on around here?
We weren't even talking about ghosts. We started talking about aliens.
Yeah,
and,
UFOs.
UFOs and stuff.
Do you guys go on?
alley, but we've also done cryptids and all the other stuff too. We've done conspiracy theories. We've talked to some pretty interesting people.
Mm-hmm.
A couple
That's
of
cool.
years We've been doing this.
So one of the biggest cryptids everyone's used to is Bigfoot. Are you guys you on that train too? Subscribe to the Bigfoot?
Not yet,
No, I believe that Bigfoot exists.
Mm-hmm.
but we've been
Right
working more on what some people would call the Michigan Dog Man.
Oh yeah.
Here in
Well,
Wisconsin, it's called the Beast of Prey Road.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a 2.5 mile stretch of road. And if you want to talk about darkness, yeah, you go down there at night. Unless you got a full moon, the only light you're going to have is from the headlights of your car. Going down this road. So it's easy for the mind to play tricks.
Mm-hmm.
And with the local wildlife that's around here, it's easy to mistake a wolf for a wolf man, if you're driving alone at midnight or something like that. But there is something definitely strange going on.
Yeah.
there's a lot strange going on there.
We have spent, 3-4 times down in a little town called Elkhorn, Wisconsin.
Now the farm we've only been to twice.
The farm we've been to twice. It's kind of like the Skinwalker Ranch,
Okay.
Wisconsin. You've got some UFO sightings there. We've got pictures. We've seen pictures from trail cameras that have some UFOs in the sky that we have
Mhm.
to figure out. We've heard stories from several different people and witnesses of strange occurrences, trail cams, pictures of the strange beast in the field on the farm. The stories date back a long time. We haven't met the author yet, the woman that actually
Wrote the book.
the Bray Road, Linda Godfrey. We've been trying to get her on our show. One of these days we might.
Mhm.
It's just one of the ones that's fascinated me for a long time. And when we got out there, we ended up with a lot more than what we bargained for. And we're going to slowly go out there again, maybe a couple more times, and then turn all of it into a documentary of sorts.
Oh, cool.
So
So
none of
do
our
Or
footage
at least try
is
to.
of the Beast of Bray Road. None of our footage has really been released yet on YouTube, except for when we were in his car driving down the road at
Mhm.
night. And it was like basically, your first kind of drive through, kind of going through there and checking it out. I kind of wanted to hear what Josh Gates had to say more about that, but he wouldn't. He wouldn't call on me when I was trying to get his attention when he was on stage. I went to see him in Milwaukee not too long ago, and I wanted to ask him about more about the Beasts of Bray Road because I thought that episode was kind of a little hoaxy, more for the ratings than
Right.
reality.
Oh yeah, if it's on TV, most likely they blow a
Well,
lot of stuff out
I'm
of
a big
proportion.
fan of his, as far as like The Secret goes, for example. You
Mhm.
know what The Secret is, don't you? That big.
No.
There's 12 treasures hidden around the United States, all on public land. The guy that created the book called The Secret and did all of this passed away. So he's the only one with the answers. There's a picture, some artwork, and like a poem. And together they give you all the clues to find the treasure. You find the treasure, basically it's a box encased in whatever, and then there's a key inside there. You turn the key into his daughters, that are surviving, and you get a gem.
Mhm.
Talking a real like big carat size, diamond or ruby, or you know, 3 of them's been found out of the 12 so far. Chicago, Boston, and I can't remember where the other one was, but there's one in Milwaukee, Wisconsin here, and Josh Gates was there once looking for it.
Mhm.
That was another thing I was going to ask him about too, because it's one of these like treasure hunting things. It's a fascination of mine when there's like a treasure hunt and the clues are all based on history and knowing you got to know Milwaukee to find things, which I don't. I didn't grow up there.
Yeah.
Joe, out here, I found Zorro's hiding spot out here in California, and I tried to contact Josh Gates. I emailed him like 3 times, and about like if he wanted to go look at that spot with me. But it's been closed since the fires. It's still not open for me to go there. I've been waiting like 3 years now. No, 2 years. Almost 2 years.
Sometimes it takes patience. You got to wait. We had to wait
I talked to a
on
guy
the
today that
property
said
for a
it might
while.
be possible to get him on as a guest.
Yeah.
So I think if you got a question for him and we get him on as a guest, I'll bring you back on here.
Yeah, that's one guy I'd like to get on as a guest too. I'm a big fan of Josh
Me
Gates.
too,
But
man. I watched that
I
show
was,
a lot.
I was just a little disappointed because I don't think they spent enough time talking to the gentleman that owns the farm that we've gone to. And I also don't think they should have hyped that up so much for ratings like they did.
Mhm.
Because I think them hyping it up is going to create a lot more difficulty for people like us that actually go out and do the investigations, because you're going to get all these amateurs out there contaminating the area when you want to go out there. you're going to have all these different amateurs out there, and they're all going to be making so much noise, you ain't going to be able to figure out what's what,
Right.
you know. And I think it's going to bring too much attention to the area. So we got to let it die down for a while, hopefully, and we're going to go back out there, you know, and try to finish up what we started. Because when we got out there, we were just expecting the stories and of this wolf-like creature, you know, half man, half wolf, and we got a lot more than what we bargained for, a lot more, and from a very, very, I mean, this guy's like 70 something years old.
Mm-hmm.
What was he?
He's a retired math professor.
Yeah, that's it. Retired math professor. You know, very intelligent guy, but I don't think he's out to con anybody.
Mm-hmm.
His stories are extremely credible. He's got some evidence to back some of it up. I think the DNR is a joke. They looked at some of the pads and
Paw prints.
the paw prints. He's got casts of some of the prints, and
I got a picture of that too.
some of the stuff they say about these that they told this gentleman is just, I can't believe some of this stuff. Oh, it doesn't exist. That's just an overprint, you know, where the creature stepped over and then stepped on it again.
No, they
Oh.
call it a double tap.
Wait a minute,
Mhm.
that's happening way too often on this property. I don't buy that. You know, it takes too much planning to have that kind of coincidence.
Right.
And if you look at the area, there's plenty of food in the area for
To
almost
sus-
any type of wildlife.
right. To
predators,
sustain.
Bigfoot,
Yeah.
you know, which is, we believe, has also been seen on this property. You know,
Especially if you're a predator like that, there's a lot of things that they can feed on.
well, in this area, there's also the Kettle Moraine Forest, which takes up a good portion of the state. The southern tip of it is not too far from this area. So you never know what could come out of those woods.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And there's been a lot of, not too far from there, in an area called Palmyra, a town called Palmyra, and the other one's called Eagle.
Eagle.
There has been a lot of Bigfoot sightings, and they're right along this highway area that passes right through the southern portion of those woods, goes right through them to connect the two towns. So it's traveled quite often. And they see that these Bigfoot type creatures crossing that highway at night and early in the mornings. Yeah. And it makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
The water source is just perfect water source is just south of that, not too far from there. You know.
Right. What makes you so interested in that versus the Bigfoot creature? Is it just because he's?
I'm actually interested in both. We just haven't gotten around to with the COVID and the
Yeah.
Mother Nature not cooperating, considering
Mhm.
what I've been through. I don't go out in the wintertime or if it gets too cold. And I've pretty much kind of been isolated for like the last 3 years now since COVID started, pretty much.
Mhm.
I had leukemia,
Oh, okay.
died
Right on.
5 times, all this. Had a out-of-body experience this was December 4th, 1995, and they told me I wasn't going to live to see Christmas that year.
Really?
7 years ago. And here I am, still alive and kicking. So now I make the joke and say, I'm a vampire. I'm going to live forever. You know?
Do you ever tell about your out of body experience?
Yeah, I have. I mean, if you want me to tell it, I can.
Yeah, that'd be awesome if you don't mind.
The whole thing started because it was, I was living with my brother, and I thought I had pneumonia,
Mhm.
and I had a water bed. Remember those?
Oh yeah. 70s waterbed.
Anyway, I had a big California King water-sized bed, and I'm trying to sweat this out, and you know, and try to. But I got up to take a shower. My girlfriend was coming. I was trying to take a shower, shave, and all that shit. You know,
Mm-hmm.
every time I was up more than 5 minutes, I started passing out. I literally, boom, fell to the floor, passed out. I got scared, called 911. No
Snow.
blood pressure, so on and so forth. So they rushed me to the hospital. And when they got there, they told me I wasn't going to live to see Christmas and went through all of that. But because they said that it was too far gone, meaning my white blood cell count was way too high for them to start chemotherapy.
Oh wow.
Okay, so they had to do what was called plasmapheresis. And it's clean out the blood by taking it through a machine, cleaning out all the white blood cells, putting it back in with some saline,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like recycling your own blood. Anyway, before they could do that, they had to try to stabilize me. And as they were stabilizing me, I flatlined several times, and they had to use the paddles to bring me back. And the one time it must have lasted a couple of minutes. It felt like forever. But this was, you know, my mom was there, my dad was there, my brother was there already, and my stepfather was there. And I remember kind of floating above. I could kind of see, but it was kind of like I'm seeing through it, but it was still kind of brightening up the area, that light that they use in the emergency room that's above your head.
Yeah, those giant spotlights.
Yeah, that's like the 5 or 6 of them plus the one in the center, you know.
Yeah.
And I could see them using the paddles on me, you know. And then the
Wow.
next thing I know, I could hear everything. I could hear my brother talk and what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
I could hear my dad and my stepfather, you know, saying it wasn't my time yet.
All from the other side.
Still gets stoned.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Right, man.
That's why I wanted to make sure he was okay with Sharon.
And then I heard my mom had kind of like a heart attack in the waiting room,
Mm.
and I could hear them attending to her.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. I've never heard that before.
And right about that time that they were attending to her, they brought. I mean, it was like I must have willed myself back because, you know,
Right.
I didn't want my mom to pass away because of me.
Mm-hmm. Wow, man.
Man.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
Yeah, thank you
bring
for sharing.
back some bad memories. Definitely
So
appreciate
that
you sharing
kind of
them.
helps you believe that anything is possible.
Yep.
You know,
Right. Right.
you know,
The guy,
things that aren't. You know,
there's a guy, Joe, in chat, Papa Willie. He's usually in here with me,
yeah.
and
I
he
see
died.
that guy, yeah.
He died like 6 times, and he had that almost same experience where he was trying to get into heaven, and he seen my dad, and my nanny, and they were telling him it wasn't his time yet, and pushing him back out. But he was fighting to get in.
Oh yeah, you got to have a will to live. That's the thing. That's the important thing. If you're gonna fight something like that, especially when it comes to cancer, you got to have a will to live. You know, they wanted to put me back on those mental meds for bipolar, and I told them to take them and shove them up their ass. And
Yeah.
I held on to my kids because just before I was diagnosed with that, 6 months before I was diagnosed, I knew.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "There's no way she's gonna grow up without me
Right.
to protect her." And little did I know that she was going to need me about 9 years later when her mom passed away, brain cancer.
Jeez. Everything happens. Yeah, that's good that you were there for her.
Yeah. I mean, my 2 oldest at the time, they were already doing pretty good and had a good head on their shoulders. Right now, I'll be able to walk I'm around long enough, I'll be able to walk my daughter down the aisle at the end of this year.
Your eldest.
Oldest.
Sweet.
Yeah,
That's
Papa Willie
cool.
said that's a trip that everybody is told that it isn't their time yet.
Yeah, it's not my time. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to live forever. He keeps calling me a twink.
Enzo said thank you for sharing that, Joe.
It's it's not easy to talk about
Right.
because it's a fight you don't want to do to you,
Right. Right.
you know, and it left me in a bad place after it all. You know, I mean, I'm lucky because I used to walk a lot. I mean, I put a lot of miles on my legs before the leukemia hit me,
Mm-hmm.
and because of that, I'm not in a wheelchair. You know, and I probably won't be for quite a while. You know, so I mean, I'm lucky that way.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, in the bone marrow transplant, they said, "Oh, that's only going to give you maybe 10 years, and then you'll be gone." Well,
Hmm.
yeah, that experience is already
Got
done,
a got a better will to live.
yeah, I don't trust doctors when they tell me that kind of shit no more.
Right. Right.
I don't believe in no-win scenarios anymore because
Mm-hmm.
you know I beat the odds more than once.
Yeah.
I'm a true survivor.
Well, I'm very happy that you're here with us, man. And thank you so much for sharing that story with us.
That's why I believe most of the
Mm-hmm.
miracles.
Yeah, man.
So you
now
guys,
I just got to convince aliens to take him and turn him into a cyborg.
yeah, you never know. Could work out a deal with them.
As many sightings as people have been seeing and stuff.
Well, that plus all the technology, you know,
Yeah.
COVID doesn't help. You know, you ain't got nothing better to do but sit in your backyard.
Right.
Die. You know, TV gets a little boring after a while. Hollywood's got
Mhm.
no fucking imagination no more. They keep rehashing old shit, remaking shit that they shouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that COVID definitely contributed to everybody's interest raising up with the UFOs in the sky and stuff like that. Plus, they've been showing them on TV. You know, kind of everything just lined up at the
Well,
same
for us,
time.
kind of a blessing in disguise because you know COVID brought StreamYard to us all. You know, I mean, that's how
Mm-hmm.
we found it, and because I couldn't go out and do investigations anymore, even though you know outdoors in COVID it wasn't going to hurt that much, but we
Right.
weren't taking any chances.
Don't want to take a chance with him not being
So we
immune
decided to do the talk
compromised.
format like this, and we've had guests from all over the world, and they've been having a blast at that. But I sure do miss going out and investigating. I can't wait. You know, and
What's
hopefully
your
summer.
what's your favorite type of investigating to do? Like ghosts or UFOs or
I don't think we really investigate UFOs. I think those
We
are
haven't investigated
chance
UFOs.
type sighting. You know, you got to get lucky and be at the right place at the right time for those. You
do
know,
some CE5 event or something?
um, I mean, I don't know. I like investigating the cryptids, but at the same time, we got taken to a couple of places in Iowa that were a trip. You know, and I don't know that school
Farmer School.
was something else. You talk about some of the most activity we would have. I bet it would be that school.
Hmm.
It had
An old school, like,
It's called Farmer School.
100 and
It's in
what,
Maxwell, Iowa.
150 years old or 100 years old or something like that. I don't remember the exact history. We got taken there. A guy that we met from Illinois that we kind of consider a mentor. He's been doing this kind of stuff since the 70s. Invited us along for a trip to the Buddy Holly crash site and to this school.
Hmm.
And we almost got invited to the, what was that, axe murder, the
The Axe Murder House.
Melissa axe murder house too.
Oh,
I've
Axe
heard of
Murderer House.
That
I don't know why that sounds familiar.
that one had a full schedule. So we ended up going to the school, and he lost how many pieces of equipment tailed on you?
All right, I'll tell you what happened.
Okay.
We showed up at the school. I've got 2 voice recorders. I've got a body camera. I've got a regular handheld camera. I have a laptop.
That he
I
uses
have,
almost always.
yeah, I take it with me and use it almost all the time.
Yep.
I have a thermal camera, but I had 5 pieces of equipment consecutively fail on me at the school. What
Sam says
happened?
that house is insanely active.
Yeah, and they had
We've heard about that being active.
because we had that gentleman on our show after to talk about it.
But what happened is we got there and everybody was doing their thing and getting set up, and I had went and grabbed one of the tables in the gymnasium and moved it from one side to the other, so I had it set up to where I was underneath the upstairs walkway.
Don't forget that you provoked this thing too.
I'm getting to that. Hang on. So I wear a hat all the time.
Mhm.
And so I had my body camera clipped to the bill of my hat, and I had it turned on. I had my video camera in the hand, and I was using it to record. I had my flashlight in the other hand, and I had my voice recorder in my other hand with the flashlight. I had everything going. And right off of the gymnasium is this walkway or room area that goes back to the boiler room. Now the boiler room's really dark, really dank, and it's like spooky in itself.
Yeah, but it's a dark place. There's some
The
dark
reason,
going on.
the reason I went back there, as I'm setting up my stuff on this table to get everything ready to be able to use,
Mhm.
something kept pulling my attention to that room. So I kept looking because I seen movement in that hallway. So everybody else, nobody was down in that area with me. Nobody was in the back room in that boiler room. Everybody was upstairs doing their thing. So I had my body camera, my video camera, my flashlight, and my voice recorder, and I walked back into that boiler room, and I immediately started provoking. Just flat out provoking, just doing my thing.
Like, hey, what are you doing in here?
So my video camera actually recorded through the first battery, and then I had it setting up on the tripod, facing into that room with it on night vision until the first battery died, and then I put a fresh charged battery in it.
Did that too.
When I went to look at any of that footage from the second battery usage, it showed that it recorded. It had the files that it recorded, but nothing would come up. My voice recorder, both of my voice recorders, failed on me. My body cam, it only recorded audio. It didn't record any video at all.
Weird.
And my laptop, this is even the better part. My laptop, I know damn good and well I typed the passcode in correctly. 4 times I tried it, and it would not allow me into my laptop.
Weird.
Oh, wait.
Here's what's even better. I get home, rest up after the trip, because I didn't sleep for almost 24 hours. So I rest up a little bit afterwards, and I get my equipment out, and it's just bugging the shit out of me about this laptop. Whip open the laptop, plug it in like I had it at the school, typed in my passcode, right there.
Really?
Let me in.
Oh, you too, right? Tell me this.
Weird.
And I tested out my equipment, all my equipment. Every single piece of my equipment worked just like it was supposed to work.
Well, yeah, we always test it too before we go too. That's just it.
Yeah. I tested it before I left, and I tested it when I got back.
And it all worked fine at the crash site.
Really?
Yeah, we were at the Buddy Holly crash site, and the thing is, and after Dale Kazmarek, he's a good friend of ours from the Ghost Research Organization.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he confirmed it because he wanted to hear it. He's, there's no expert in the paranormal field, but he's done a lot of work with plane crashes. you know,
Oh, okay.
go-to person. He's been on the Travel Channel quite a bit for stuff like that, and Discovery
Mhm.
doing him and stuff about different crashes. But Mark found some strange audio while we were out there doing an EVP session.
I on my voice recorder.
Right. And you know, the place was so surreal. Anyways, I mean, you go to the place where the music died. You know, and you're paying respect to Buddy Holly, the Big
Mhm.
Bopper, and Richie Valens, and all of this. It's just an amazing place. All right. Mark caught what is now we've kind of dubbed a ghost plane. We didn't see it, we didn't physically hear it, but it showed up on his audio, and it didn't show up on any of the
Showed
other.
up on my audio, nobody else's.
Didn't
Hmm.
show up on any of the cameras, audios, because we've got camera footage. We had other little personal recorders going and stuff like that. Nobody else got that.
Are your recorders all digital, or do you have any that record right onto like an old cassette tape?
No, they're digital.
All digital.
At least my
Actually, I think Dale might have had something that was old. He does use a little mix.
Dale uses mix. He does some older stuff and the newer technologies.
Do you
I
guys?
tried to pick up some micro. I got a micro cassette recorder. I'm going to start using that too because sometimes I know what you're going with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there might be different frequencies that you might pick up with different types of equipment, and maybe the digital form doesn't always pick up all the frequencies or on the right frequencies or.
But we had some good activity out there too because they were doing an EVB session and
Well, Dale uses this thing called Dale has a program on his on a little I think it's a Surface laptop. It's called Phasma Box. It basically if you use it in areas where you don't have any Wi-Fi or like signals coming in.
Yeah.
Because it actually scans in the computer. It scans the Wi-Fi and your Bluetooth, and it looks for voices that may be coming in over that, and then it transmits them out onto a speaker, an external speaker. So you can get all kinds of crazy stuff on that.
Yeah. So
And
one of
he was using that.
Yeah, one of the team he had was playing like select songs off his cell phone, and they were like, "Can you tell us who was playing this?" And we'd get an answer.
Wow,
Answers.
that's cool.
If it was like a Big Bopper, they'd say Bopper.
Hmm.
They'd say Richie, or we heard,
Mhm.
and you could hear it. It's plain as day.
Oh, that's interesting.
It was yeah. But like I said, the place was surreal. He had photographs from the time that like almost like crime scene photographs.
It was photographs taken the morning after the crash.
Where they had like the things that you knew where the bodies were.
Okay, yeah, the little placards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. What about those voice boxes or like the radios that people convert into where they
Spirit
continuous
box.
the spirit boxes
Yeah,
where
spirit box. Well, that one, those I'm not too fond of because basically with the antennas on. Now, if you want a true spirit box, something that's going to pick up in the area that you're in only,
yeah,
you need to have one that doesn't have an external antenna or an antenna that catches all the stuff.
Move it.
Because with the antennas on there, what it's doing is it's scanning all your FM and AM frequencies, and so you're going to wind up getting voices coming in, regardless.
Right.
So that's one of my beefs about the spirit boxes.
I feel like the original.
Can you really trust them?
Right. I feel like the original way of doing that was probably just like keeping it on one static frequency, and then if voices came through on that, then you knew for sure, like, hey, something's.
That's kind of like how this system that this gentleman has with his laptop works.
Right. It's similar to the Phasma box.
Okay.
Yeah. I like his device. I I think that's a better way of doing things.
Yeah, it's not hard to put one together. I've got a spare laptop. I already got a program.
But
put on
whether
it. I
it's
just-
the actual evidence or not, I don't know.
Right.
I mean, we can't prove where those signals are really coming from. That's just it.
So now I'm a little curious. I'm gonna bring this up real quick here. I know Sonny's from Fresno. Chad, where are you located?
I'm in southeastern Michigan.
You're up by us up here. And what about Spooky? Where's he from?
San Diego area.
San Diego. Cool,
Mhm.
cool.
Hi, Spooky. I didn't know you were still here.
Yeah, wake up. The first time you heard my voice,
You got that beautiful new microphone, man.
Where-
I almost started singing Richie Valens. I almost
There you
started
go.
singing La Bamba just so you guys could hear my microphone.
Hey, that worked. That's entertaining.
Oh, that's one of the best movies ever.
So-
And I know you haven't seen it, Chad, but believe me,
No,
it's
I
one
don't
of the
watch
best movies
movies.
ever.
It's a good movie. So Chad, since you're up, you said you're up in Michigan, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Um,
About 40 minutes west of Detroit.
Phenomena. Do you know the group Phenomena up there?
No, I haven't heard of them.
TPI, Janet Ramsey and her.
Yeah, Janet Ramsey and her crew.
Mm-mm.
They're
Nope,
up-
doesn't
they're
sound
up in
familiar.
the Michigan area up there.
Okay. Nope. I've met a few people from a few YouTubers here from Michigan.
Eloise.
Oh, Eloise. Yeah, that's around here.
Yeah. In
They
fact, I think she lives. I think if I remember right, Janet says she lives like right next to it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a old insane asylum, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Shit. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Sonny's got dogs fighting.
Oh, yeah. Somebody's trying to get in the gate, and they're not allowed to.
They're also part of that Michigan Paracon thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Michigan Paracon?
Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the hard thing is you talk to so many people and get so many websites and organizations in your head, you forget whose is whose.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We've talked to a lot of people. We've via the StreamYard we've met
Mm-hmm.
quite a few people from all over the world. We've had some guests from Canada. We've had some guests from UK, Australia. Pretty much every state there
I
is.
don't know. Did the Australia one ever actually happen, Joe? We had it
No, I
scheduled.
think there was a different one that came from Australia. I'll have to look back.
I
But
know,
anyway,
I know the two women from the UK came on. They
yeah,
were cool,
and there
so.
was the two groups from the two different groups from Canada we had on. But then there was we've had a lot of people, and then there's some we've actually met. We've had, even though we were kind of cooped up and didn't get out and investigate much, we got told, not really asked, this last year
Mm-hmm.
when we attended the Milwaukee Paranormal Conference for the very first times ourselves. I was there for all 3 days. He showed up for the one day because he works too much.
Yeah. We weren't asked.
Too much working.
So the director T, he comes up to us and he says, you guys got stage next year doing your show live here. You're
Oh,
gonna
that's
be part of
cool.
the Milwaukee Paranormal Conference this year.
Yeah, there's
It's in October, I think.
there's a couple Michigan conference or like Michigan UFO meetups I want to get to this year too. Just have to figure out how to find them. I think they're probably mostly on Facebook these days.
Yeah, a lot of things are, I noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to meet up with some YouTubers and maybe just do some skywatch and have a barbecue beforehand and do a kind of like a tailgate and watch the sky.
You're kind of close enough to us. Come down here for a weekend to Waterloo. I'll put you in the spare room.
There you go. There you go. I
I
travel with
got
a blow-up mattress.
I got the mattress.
Yeah, fire up the grill. Go fire up the grill.
Oh yeah.
I have to get a new grill. I also have a fire pit in the backyard. So
A couple of cool places.
Have a hard time getting rid of me.
and Waterloo is a very small community, so it has dark skies.
Nice.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, it's like I said, I'm surrounded by kind of some larger cities, so it is kind of hard to see the sky in, real good detail
Yeah.
at nighttime.
I see it like that all the time. Real good detail. trail out here.
Yeah, where he's
awesome.
at, same way. He's kind of in the dark.
But
up there.
I'm hopefully not going to be here much longer, though.
Just no light pollution at all.
No, none at
That's
all.
awesome.
But what they've been doing to this place and what's been happening here over the past 7 years,
Mm-hmm.
we own our property. We don't have no mortgage or anything anymore. We live pretty cheaply right now because it's a condo thing. So we only pay $110 a month for a condo fee, and that includes, now get this, that includes basic cable from Spectrum and my high-speed internet.
Jeez,
Oh,
that's
I mean,
awesome. What a
I'd be
great
paying-
deal.
I'd be paying that through Spectrum as it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, so we own the land. I own the little patch of land plus the house, the trailer that sits on here.
Mhm.
Built in the 70s.
Yeah.
But they've been setting off these bird cannons. So the birds are going away. So you don't hear the owls in the morning. You don't hear the mourning doves anymore. You don't hear, nature's music.
What do they do that for?
Because they're assholes. They want to get rid of the geese.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And
Well,
it's
it gets rid of all the other birds too, though, right?
right, exactly.
Get rid of them all.
And then you start getting the field mice because now the owls and the eagles and all the predators are gone. Birds of prey. They eat the rodents and shit. So yeah,
Well, birds are a really big part of a whole the whole
Right,
ecosystem.
right.
So you can't just get rid of them. That's
they've been firing these off, and every time they fire them off, they're doing it early in the morning. Damn near gives me a heart attack sometimes. I'm sitting here playing my fucking Xbox, and all of a sudden I hear this big boom, like there's an explosion outside because they do it almost like right across the street from me.
Oh man,
Because they
I
don't
can't
want
believe they can do that.
they don't want them landing in that goddamn pond over there. Oh, it's private property. This is
Yeah.
little trailer park got turned into, back in the 70s, it got turned into a condo association. So they run this for the board of directors.
Oh, so the association is the one firing off the cannon?
And it's one of them that are part of it. But yeah, they complained enough, and it got passed by some votes or something. It's like you got a bunch of old fogies on this thing, and they don't want to come up to the times or something.
Tyler says, "Bring in the snakes. Snakes eat mice and rats. Just
Oh,
start unloading snakes all over the place and see how they like that."
Shit.
No mercy in this dojo.
So
You
between
guys
that-
want to get rid of my birds? I'll bring you in a shit ton of snakes. How's
you
that?
got a guy- and then you got a guy that's sitting here trying to do a hostile takeover by buying up as much property as he owns most of it,
Jeez.
and he's renting it out to his employees. So
Hmm.
I'm thinking, okay, that's an easy sell. I mean, I've got the best view in the whole fucking place. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
on the corner lot, best view. He's got a construction company. Let him come in here and remodel this whole place and get rid of the black mold and shit. and I'll go move into town into a real house,
There you go.
with a basement and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I can't handle this no more with these old fogies out here. They got a park that I've seen the thing. I'm a grandpa. I've seen the kids out here multiply, 4 times over since I've moved in here 7 years ago, and it's the same crappy little park. These kids got nothing to do out here.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So the kids are going to start getting older now, since it's been 7 years, and they're going to start getting into mischievousness.
Well, I'm not even worried about it now. I'm just looking forward to getting out of here now at this point. But that's what I'm hoping to do soon.
Yeah, I know.
He took the lead and bought his house first and got out of the apartment, moved closer to me, unfortunately.
I'm still in the apartment. I'm slowly moving out. I'm having a patio door put in and a new front door put in a week from tomorrow.
Oh, and that new house?
Yeah,
Nice.
because
That's cool.
where the patio door should be is this freaking 68 by 53 picture window, and there's no patio door. But
Oh.
just past the window,
There's a
there's
deck.
a freaking deck.
Yeah, it don't make sense. But it's a nice house.
Yeah.
The kitchen's gorgeous. The kitchen's got some really nice woodwork in it.
And the The garage has a bigger footprint than the house.
Well, you didn't show me the garage. I just saw the outside of it.
Well, you guys come over tomorrow. Well, I got to go get a grill anyway.
All right, just
We
let
didn't do
it.
that. We were supposed to go get that last weekend. You and I
Well,
were
you decided on pizza last weekend, dog.
grill.
So anyway, I have something to tell Sonny since he lives in Fowler, and we were talking about Layton earlier. All right, Sonny, you got a piece of paper?
Oh.
Unless you remember this.
Uh-oh. He's got another hiding spot for you, man.
You know where Kingston Park is in Layton?
Maybe.
As you're going out Fowler Avenue towards, like you're going towards Hanford,
Yeah.
just right there at the bridge, that's
Okay.
Kingston Park, right there on the
Okay, yeah.
right-hand side.
Yeah, where we go to float.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You got to get your ass out there about 11 to 12 o'clock at night and sit in the back of that park with all the lights off and a camera that will shoot night vision.
I got one.
When I was living out there, we used to hang out in that park until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. There are shadow people in that park.
Well, what the hell you trying to send me out there?
Don't take anyone with you and leave your phone.
Son.
Leave
I'm
your-
telling you, just you go out there with somebody that you trust.
Leave your phone at
But yeah,
home.
there
Don't-
are shadow people out there.
Don't tell anyone you're going.
And there is one of them. There is one of them that's a white shadow person, and I watched this thing hide itself behind a tree that was like maybe that big around,
Oh shit!
Hmm.
I've never
and
seen.
I mean hide its entire body behind that tree.
Wow. Very
Yeah.
skinny. Like a Fresno night walker.
I've never
Oh yeah, I
seen
heard about the night walkers up there. I never
I've never
seen
seen
those
a
when I was
shadow.
there.
a shadow person, Mark, but maybe because the only thing I seen shadow wise was in this shop. The sun's shining through the back door here
hmm
and the regular walk-through back door,
hmm
and I seen a shadow cross through my shop right here. And so you can't get in my backyard. You heard what happens if you try to go in the front yard. That was somebody lost right now that tried to get in the yard, and you
Wrong
remember
house.
those, right? Yeah, we got
Yep.
Queenslands out here still, and they don't let you in the yard. The dog
Mhm.
bite the shit out of you. Yeah, so it looked like somebody walked by this back door. I jumped up quick, and the first thing I said was, "Dude, I'll fight you." And then I went and looked, and there's nobody in the backyard. And I was thinking, where the hell did that shadow come from? It just went through the garage, like somebody was walking by that door, but there was no one back there.
Yeah, I used to see them.
That's the closest thing to shadow. I've never seen anything that's shaped like a person. That would be pretty scary.
Mhm.
It
I
is.
want to see something hide behind a tree. That's
I'd see them every now and then out on this old highway that goes between the town, the capital, Madison, and goes between Madison and Middleton, but it goes out in kind of the country. And you get out on this highway, and you get right around and you know, it's not swamp gases or anything because it is kind of a swampy area, but you get out there late enough at night, and you'll see shadow people crossing the street in front of you to the point where you almost step on the brakes if you get too close, or you'll see them walking alongside the road, you know, in the gravel.
Hmm.
And this is almost, you know, every night. If you're back there at the right time of night, you'll see them.
Really?
Yeah,
And they're like a darker colored shadow?
yeah.
Mhm.
You'll see them. It's in a little town called Westport, you know, and it's there's not much there. Well, back then there wasn't much there. There is now, but you'll still see them in the isolated little area where it's just like the trees and the lake swampy, you know, Lake Mendota. It's like the biggest lake in the Madison area. It kind of has channels that come through that area a little bit.
Hmm.
And so you got all the growth from that around there. And so there's no building. So on those areas is where you'll see a lot of this stuff. But back before that, they did a lot of there was a lot of high-rise apartment buildings and all this other bullshit now that there wasn't about 20 years ago. You'd see them almost a good portion of that road
Hmm.
all the
Yeah.
time. And it had to be like usually after midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning,
Right.
and
Huh. Yeah,
You-
I've never seen anything like that. I've actually never seen my experiences are super low. I've only had a couple of things happen, but I've never seen any kind of shadow figures or anything like that, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was an experience.
Sonny's seen some orbs.
I did. I
Yeah,
seen
I've just-
2 orbs, and I've been looking ever since. I ain't seen shit. It was just 2 balls of light, man, floating around out back, like over Fowler, since you know where I'm at, out that way. Just floated around, and then they flickered and went out. They looked like balls of light. That's all it looked
Mhm.
like, and then just went out. I've never seen them again. I go out there all the time looking for that shit, especially since, and like in the same spot too, for some reason, and
you're
never.
always going to see it when you're not looking for it, though.
I guess that's what happened.
Well, it's like when you're not prepared, that's when things will happen sometimes. I was riding we were riding back from Madison area back, it's about an hour ride. And we were getting on the highway and the interstate areas, and you know how those, the big street signs telling you what exits are what. Oh, I swear to God, there was a black bird, and it had its wings spread out, and its wings on both sides went beyond the sign, and it was almost in the middle of it. And as far as I know, there's no native bird, not even turkey vulture was that big. And I know what turkey vultures look like. I know what most of the birds look like. And that had a huge wingspan. But, you're traveling down there at 55 miles an hour, no time to take a cell phone out and try to snap a picture,
Yeah, we
That's
have
why
the
you couldn't hear
vultures
me.
here like that. We have the turkey vultures here. They're big. You
Yeah,
know,
I grew up in a small town.
We have them here too. They're
And we
huge.
used to see them
Yeah.
every day out there. I used to see them every day out there, so I know what they look like.
Yeah, and if it's bigger than that, that's big.
That's
Really big.
It was definitely bigger than that.
yeah, that's
that's
interesting because people do say that they claim to still see pterodactyls from time to
I
time.
don't know what the hell it
The
was.
Thunderbirds.
Sure the hell was
Thunderbirds,
On the
yeah.
birds.
that sign was one big massive sign. It was like one of the biggest ones on that bridge.
I'm gonna pull up a picture of the Thunderbird yeah, because there's people that still say that they still see those types of birds.
Especially in Arizona and New Mexico area.
Anything's possible. I
Hmm.
always say that anything's possible. I mean, with the stuff that we said is extinct, and then it shows up washed up on shores of Japan or something.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen that one.
Yeah, that's
I remember that picture.
if that's real, that's pretty crazy.
Mhm.
That's a weird looking bird,
That is.
man. Wouldn't want it mad at you.
Yeah, that's a
But
pterodactyl.
like if you just look at like through the skin and you just look at only the arms,
Well, here's a thought for you.
you can see it's like a person.
If that thing is real, okay, and these guys buried it wherever they shot it,
Hmm.
and someone, a relative, of theirs knows where, scientists could dig that up and they could actually clone it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Because
do we know
Oh
when?
no, Mark.
Do we know?
Them hillbillies?
Think-
Them hillbillies
think
ate that.
about this. No,
Well-
think about this. If that pterodactyl is truly real, obviously this happened back in the Western era around the 1800s.
Yeah.
There would still be good DNA in its marrow, and there would be marrow still in the bones.
Do
That's
we know
true.
the history of that photo? Is there any type of
I
you
don't know,
know?
but I'll bet you that wingspan, just that one
Mhm.
wing, the average person,
About 8 feet.
feet across.
8 to 9 feet across from the
That
joint.
one
out.
wing is about 8 to 9 feet.
Mhm.
But look at the humanoid body that's inside the.
Yeah,
That's the thing that
Dude.
trips me out.
I'd hate to see the tail end.
Hey,
Champ says lots of 1300s paintings portraying dinosaurs, so I think they might have had a slower extinction than experts might say.
well, that's
Yeah.
possible too, because when the how did the mammal survive whenever the asteroid hit, or the alleged asteroid hit?
Right.
Sure.
Yes, other stuff still
Most of
survived.
them lived under the ground.
Oh, we're here.
Okay,
How did we
we
get there?
literally have on this planet, we do have living dinosaurs.
Oh, Enzo says there's still a lot of current sightings in the Papua New Guinea area.
Well, that's
Mhm.
like all right. we
Well,
all know-
down in the rainforest, you still have sightings of what the locals have described to look like a brontosaurus.
Mm-hmm.
Only
and
as,
you got Loch Nessie
a smaller
Yeah.
version of
or
it.
some sort.
Right.
You have over in Africa, parts of Africa too. There are sightings as well. Native Americans, a lot of the Native Americans actually claim that the Thunderbird is basically a pterodactyl.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, if I
Yeah.
ever saw something like that flying, I'd be crashing my
The
car.
living
The hell?
dinosaurs that we have now, right now, that are proven that we can see,
Mm-hmm.
alligators and crocodiles.
Oh
They
yeah.
are actually there hasn't been very much evolution for them.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is they've shrunk in size, except for that one down in Florida. Holy Christ! Have you ever seen the video of that thing?
On the golf course.
Yeah, he's walking across that. That is like the monster of monster
That's unbelievable. Yeah.
alligators.
That's not
That thing
Photoshop.
is no, it's not. That thing is massive. It looked like it was almost. It looked like it could swallow one of the golf carts. That's how big
Yeah.
that fucker was.
I mean, it was like all those rich people out there playing golf, and then all of a sudden it's just like, "Hey, how you doing?
yeah, exactly.
Lunchtime around here."
Yeah, Florida got dangerous water hazards.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Oh,
wanna
yeah, they
live
do.
down in that area for sure.
Got some
What
water
was that,
hazards.
Joe?
I wouldn't want to live down in Florida. That's for sure. I mean, not only do you got alligators to worry about, but you've got all those snakes down there as well.
Yeah, I was about to say the same. There's snakes everywhere.
Anacondas that probably live down in the Florida area too. I wouldn't be surprised. People letting them loose as pets in swamps.
Yeah.
Matt says, "How come we can't hear pterodactyls in the bathroom? Because the P's silent."
That's right.
Good one, Matt. Good one. Thanks for your
Hey, that last
contribution.
pterodactyl you showed looked like it had a duck head on it. It didn't look too threatening.
Yeah.
Looked like it was a
the
grass-
smaller picture. Yeah, it did. That one looked a little weaker.
Still
Didn't
wouldn't-
look as scary.
Actually, it looked like it had feathers.
Yeah.
Bring it
Mhm.
up again, then I'll.
Yeah, pull that up again, Jamie.
Pull that up, Jamie.
I was just about to say that, Sonny.
Let's see here.
I still wouldn't want to see one for real.
That guy. Yeah, he looks like he's kind
Yep.
of feathered, huh?
Yeah, it looks like he's got feathers instead of the smooth skin. In fact, right there in the middle, you can see him.
That's why I think they
That's
ate
either
that other one.
feathers-
They already
That's either
plucked it.
feathers or that's either feathers or fur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Looks like
more.
fur.
It looks more like a bat.
Yep.
Like it's got fur like a bat.
That
That other
head
thing
is
had
just...
big old. They didn't have hands like that. That other thing had.
And the
Yeah.
head, the head, the bill looks like a duck bill, extended
Mhm.
out.
No, who knows?
And the way these guys are dressed,
Miners.
Hunters.
Who knows?
That was
they're
a hunter.
hunters.
Yeah, it's definitely an
Rifles,
interesting
they
picture.
got bolt rifles.
Look like a bunch of Canadians.
Yeah.
Oh,
Those
Yashiko.
Canucks. They
Oh,
got
yeah.
some big geese up
Yeah.
there. That might be that.
3 beers.
shit.
Yeah, hey.
Today.
Got
It's
ourselves
all
a,
about the hunt, man. It's all about
oh
the
yeah,
hunt.
got ourselves a big bird there.
Hey, you know what? See that? Go back to that picture, Chad.
Oh dear God,
Hey,
Jesus.
pull it up again. That ain't gonna-
Oh my God, hold on, it closed out. Where'd it go?
Easy there.
Oh, easy there,
Trigger
bud.
finger you got.
Your trigger finger there, bud.
Yeah,
Alright,
that's
how-
good.
Yeah, you gotta take it slow, don't you know?
Oh, there we go again.
Right. You see the 30-30 the guy's holding? Oh, sorry. If you go all the way, look all the way to the right, the second guy over, the first guy with a gun, that gun right there, that is no newer than a 1960s model of a.
Yeah, that's why I was looking
Yeah.
at their clothing.
Hmm.
Yeah, the one next to it too. That's also a 60s, and then
What's this guy
Yeah,
right
they got-
here?
there also looks
That
like that's a Mauser.
Mauser,
that's
but it's got a hunting stock on it,
German Mauser.
yeah,
something like that.
like a World War II rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they converted a lot of those.
And
Yeah,
what
he's got-
date is
Yeah, they
this
did.
photo?
Oh, I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah, so that photo's probably from the 60s.
That's what
And
I
then
was
boot,
thinking,
too.
Hmm.
and possibly
That-
Canadian.
It
But
says this giant critter supposedly.
in Canada, that's still the same style. So
It says that this giant critter supposedly flew the skies on the frontier, scaring Native Americans and cowboys alike until one was supposedly shot down near Tombstone, Arizona. There was an article in the April 26th, 1890 edition of the Tombstone Epitaph about two cowboys shooting a creature with leathery wings like a bat and had a head like an alligator. They dragged it back to the town and nailed it up to the barn. Its wingspan covered the barn's entire length.
I can go get that gun right now out of the gun safe that was made in 1906, and they still have a steel indented stock.
There's
That-
no
that-
way
that-
that's
Yeah,
1890.
that's a fake picture, or that gun
Yeah.
didn't exist in 1890.
No way.
Or 19,
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
that gun wasn't made until
that story
1960.
you read actually sounded like it belonged to the picture prior.
Yeah, that one made more sense. That one,
Yeah, it
I
did
didn't
actually.
look at their guns, but they did look older.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Everyone in the comments though says it's a fake. Like on the comments of this website I'm reading, they're like, "Yeah, it's fake, 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 fake,
Well,
old and
one,
fake."
that second one you showed did kind of look fake. I mean,
Mhm.
Yeah,
kind of had that black edge all the way around it.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah, it's
almost
too
like
straight
too
edged.
perfectly. You know, and that would be like cropping type
Mhm.
of work, maybe. You know,
Yeah.
somebody with a lot of patience trying to hide their work as best as they could.
The Thunder. This one kind of looked. I don't know. That one kind of.
That one actually looks pretty real. I
The
mean,
only
you
one. The only thing that kind of
That's the
freaks.
one. That's the one I think the story you read. I think
Might
that
go
one
with.
actually is the
Yep.
picture it goes with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look
now
at
that
that
gun
gun.
he's holding in the
That would be around
center,
the-
Chad, that
Mhm.
is the right year, like that around that
Mhm.
year for that the guy with the white shirt on with the gun in his lap.
Yeah.
Well, the one next to him,
The feed
too.
on the barrel is the exact same length. That makes it a saddle gun for a horse, and that is
Yep.
the year. Yeah, that's a big.
That would have
difference.
been a Winchester, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's a Winchester Model 94 he's holding.
Yeah.
That one is that one's older, a
And
lot
see-
older. Like it would match that wagon wheel right there. That's the year of that gun.
yeah, and see
Mhm.
the beak, and all of that. It looks in the head
Hmm.
looks a lot different. You know, the other one
Yeah.
looked more
Yeah.
like a
This
almost
one's
like an alligator type head, and this
Right.
got like a
this one has the beak, the
Defined
point beak
beak.
of like a bird, and it also has the crown. The
I
crown.
mean, if you got hit by that
part
beak,
too.
I don't think you'd survive.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, that thing on its head is crazy.
Hmm.
Well,
Well,
that's
that's
how
all
they.
good.
That's how they steered. That's how they wound up getting themselves.
Oh
in a
yeah, I
turning.
guess
That was a rudder. A
Man,
basically
Yeah.
built-in rudder.
that's his third eye. It's pineal gland.
That's
Uh,
the antenna
anyway.
for the remote.
but the detail on that looks more real.
Yeah, it
That
does.
one looks more like a Photoshop job.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hey guys, it's been a fun time. I appreciate
Yeah, Mark.
you having us on. I've got my
Yeah.
woman here, and she's like,
She's like, hey, it's Friday.
Smells like she's cooking something, and
Oh, that'll pull me away from the camera too.
yeah. So,
Yep. How to do it.
Well, thanks a lot, Mark and Joe.
Well,
Appreciate
thank
you
you.
guys.
Appreciate you having us on. It was a lot of fun,
Yeah,
And
this was
Sonny.
awesome.
dude.
Yeah, you
It's a
guys.
small
man, it was good
freaking
time.
world, man.
Small world, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, take care out there.
Yeah.
All
It
right,
was
thanks a
nice
lot,
meeting
Mark.
you, man.
Don't let them get
You
you
ever
down.
make it back this way, hit me up.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, man.
Later,
You
buddies.
guys take it
Thanks,
easy.
guys. Good night.
Good night, buddy.
Good night. So, what happened to Spooky? They lost Spooky.
Spooky had to attend to some family issues, I believe.
Okay.
He'll be right back. He always jumps
All
back
right.
in.
I'm losing my internet. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I noticed that. You're turning into a ghost over there.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell's going on with that?
I'm getting ready to kick everyone off of it right now.
Get off my internet.
Let's see here. Oh, it's Deanna and her fucking Yellowstone.
Oh, you're not going to interrupt
He's
that.
in trouble. I know that's what it is.
Yellowstone, baby. Best show on television.
Well, I just tried to kick her off. Let's see what happens.
Oh, she's going to come flying through that garage door. Sonny!
My jitter bites are going to be crazy. Oh, nope. I kicked her off, I think. All right. I got to fix this now. I'll be right back. I got to reset.
Oh, geez. You're going to leave me up here all by myself.
Hold 10 seconds.
All right. All right, guys. So we got 10 seconds, just you and me, all by ourselves. What are we going to talk about? Well, that didn't take long. Welcome back to the show, Sonny Conway.
What's up, guys?
Solar flares are going nuts. So everybody's internet is just shit. Yeah.
I think that's
That's
what's
what we
going
keep
on
hearing.
with mine. It just dove out again. It didn't last.
Mr. Crowley's asking about my birthday. I had a great birthday. I actually forgot to take a birthday vacation day, which we do have it available to us, but it counts as like a floating holiday, so I can kind of use it any time of the year. But yeah, I forgot to take a birthday holiday, so I ended up working all week, but got good sleep, had a good podcast on Thursday, and now we're hanging out here on Friday. Had a good weekend, or a good week. Yeah, Sonny is blurry.
I'm going to go try to fix it. I'll be right back. It's going to
All
bug the
right,
hell out
man.
of me if I don't.
All right.
Let's see what else I can do.
Well, while we're waiting on Sonny,
Right back. Tell a story, Chad. Sing a song.
tell a story and sing a song.
Yeah. Get Lee on here. I need to hear some Rocket Man.
Yeah, I was just gonna pull up some Lee music because he uploaded some new tracks to his channel this week. So you guys go over to First Floor Audio's channel, go over to playlists, and his new stuff is right. I think these two right here are new. Turning Point, The Forge, and Incomplete, The Forge. So this is his new stuff that he just uploaded this week. I remember seeing him in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still here, though. Lee, are you still here, buddy? Twice. Twice, Sam. Oh, yeah, that's pretty funky right there. It doesn't take long to figure out who's singing. Oh yeah. I wonder when he uploaded or when he wrote this stuff. Let's see. 2004. I think Lee saw that we were playing a lot of his music, and it was all the same music over and over, so he started uploading some more stuff up there. Let's see what else is on here. It's just cool to know that you can play all this stuff and not get copyrighted, since YouTube loves doing that. Oh, it's 3 a.m. his time? Yeah, that's probably why he's not in here, huh? That makes sense. I like this one. This is cool. I'm gonna have to take one of these and make an outro from Chop Shop. Oh, hi, Sonny.
I'm back.
I'm just going through all these new music you uploaded this week.
No one was using the internet, so now I'm believing the solar flare thing.
Yeah, I think it is the solar flares.
Deanna wasn't even watching Yellowstone.
Man, I want to know what episode she's on.
I don't know.
I've got about 40 minutes left of the last episode of season 4, and then I gotta sit and wait for season 5 to come out. I want to see Lee do some bluesy stuff. I wonder if he's got any bluesy.
Good. Right now, my internet says it's good. It shouldn't be where it's at. I gotta reset again, Chad.
Maybe leave studio. Yeah, leave studio and come back.
All right.
Or close your browser out. Open it back up. Here we are again. We find ourselves together again. Just you and me. Right here on the Paranormal Chop Shop. Checking out some Lee First Floor audio music. On this beautiful Friday evening.
I almost went to the Chad Smith podcast, but no one was there.
Oh, that'd be fun. So go live on the Chad Smith podcast. I don't think we've ever had both channels live at the same time.
I think that's how Big Willie killed the show at UFO Garage. He's messing around and clicking buttons.
Enzo, I haven't started Outer Range yet. I'm going to finish Yellowstone, and then I have to watch 1883, which is the prequel to Yellowstone. And then after that, I'm going to start Outer Range.
Thank you, Adrian. I was hoping that was going to fix it.
Bam! Bam, it fixed it.
I went in
Bam.
there to yell at Deanna for watching Yellowstone, and she was watching the show on her phone, and she said, I'll kick your ass.
She was watching Yellowstone on her phone?
No, she was watching Paranormal Chop Shop on her phone.
Oh.
She already
She's-
heard me.
she's
like, "I'll
watching
kick your
us.
ass."
Deanna, I want to know what episode
Oh,
you're
gonna
on.
yell at me.
I'm on season 4. I'm almost done with the show. Now I'm gonna have to wait for season 5 to come out. Best show on television, though. When Sonny told me you were listening, I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, I watched some of it. I just haven't started. I need to watch it from the beginning. It was
Yeah,
way
man.
Too far into it. But I've watched a few of the episodes. It's addicting just starting up in the middle.
Yeah, I asked somebody if he's watched it, and he said bits and pieces. I'm like, you know, that's not how you're supposed to watch a TV show. Bits and pieces. Gotta watch it from the beginning. You'll like it.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if
Yeah, I think he is already.
Kevin Costner, if he narrates our buddy Jeff's documentary. That's gonna be so cool, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. His voice is something else. He's
Yeah,
got
I
that
think
cowboy
that-
voice.
Something like that. They're trying to get him to do something like that.
Mhm.
Fucking off.
That would be. Well, I don't know if Spooky's coming back or not.
No, can't worry about him.
Normally he just hangs out backstage, but he's not even backstage. Maybe he just figured 2 hours was enough for him today. We could do that too. Is there another show on right now?
Let me check. See if I can mess this internet up.
Let's see. Casual Conversations with with G and A is on right now. Hunting with Hodge is on right now. Hauntings with Hodge. I can't talk.
Uncle Fester. Thomas Fessler.
Oh, I'm not subscribed to him, so I wouldn't know.
Oh. I've never watched the show. I just make sure they get a subscribe.
Oh, I used to watch back in the day. Alien Girl 111.
I think I went in there for maybe 10 minutes. Too complicated for me in there. Too many politics. I was gone.
Yeah, it's the politics channel. I don't get into that stuff. Yeah, nothing's on right now. Huh. That's weird. On a Friday night, you'd think that we'd be in somebody's time slot.
Yep. What are you guys thinking?
Hmm.
Good time.
Everyone's just trying to stay out of our time slot, maybe. Man, Big Willie's family got sick again.
Oh, no.
It's those kids bringing home all those germs. Got a bunch of kids, you're going to have germs running around.
That's why you got to spank them when they get home, kill all the germs.
Yep, as soon as they walk in the door. Just get them screaming. Yeah,
Hey,
so...
what's up, JP?
Hey, what's up, Jason? Yeah,
That guy there I grew up with. He's the reason. This fucker's the reason why I don't like the haunted dolls, Chad. You know, they freak me out when they fucking put the haunted dolls on here.
Yeah.
This guy had one come to life.
Excuse me?
Fucking demon doll, dude, when they were kids. And I
excuse
hate
me?
this story. I've been scared of him since I was a kid because of him. He was the best man at my wedding. He was there 25 years ago when I got married.
Really?
There you go.
What'd
hear
she
that?
say?
She's caught up on Yellowstone. You need to watch 1843.
1823, I think it is, or 18...
23?
1893.
23 or 43?
Huh?
23
I
or
think it's
43?
1883.
Oh, 1883 or something.
Yeah, 1883 drama series. Yeah, that's next. As soon as I get done, I'm gonna finish
Is that part of it or
Yellowstone
something?
tonight. 1883 is the prequel to Yellowstone, so it's kind of like the story of how the past generations
She told
led
me.
up to them getting the Yellowstone property. The Yellowstone Dutton Ranch. Man, you watch it and it makes you want to go out there and help them out on the ranch. Gotta get these stalls cleaned out. Let's
10
go.
minutes. In a stall, you wouldn't finish one stall.
Probably not.
There's too much shit in here. I ain't doing this.
How have they shit so much?
It's only been 2 fucking days. What the fuck? The whole thing's like 4 feet tall.
You need to stop feeding these sumbitches.
Uh-huh. Tried that.
You tried that.
Yeah.
They can shit outside. You need to train them, like potty train them.
You just
Yeah,
take
shit,
one
you go
piece
outside.
of grain. You take one piece of grain away from a horse every day
Yeah.
until it gets down to one piece a day.
Mm-hmm.
Then they usually die. That's what happens when you try to train them like that.
Same one.
Then you save a lot of money on food.
Oh, did I
Dude,
just
hey,
get taken out?
uh,
Spooky, are you trying to take me out?
Dude, everything is weird tonight, man.
What the
This is like a
hell?
wacky. Is it the solar flares?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
know.
solar flares.
Before
think
we
I got
go
mine
one
back.
second further, is Jamie gone?
I believe she is. We haven't seen her in a minute.
Okay, I'm safe. Hey, everybody!
Hey, what's up, Spooky? Good to see you,
Glad
buddy.
to see you all tonight.
Spooky, you get kind of quiet when Jamie's in here for some reason.
yeah, I think I was missing it in chat. Jamie, tone it down a tad.
Oh, Jamie was
She
on
was in her
fire.
finest form tonight.
She came out of the gate hard tonight.
Well,
Hard.
her old man's gone on a business trip. She's there in the new place, all alone, unboxing all her crystals.
Yep, all of her rocks.
All that energy. They got the solar
It's all
flares
charged
going.
up on crystal energy.
Some type of energy.
Man, even the goat was telling her to calm down.
Oh, Matt
the
says
goat. Dude.
Oh, Matt is like the male version of Jamie now. I don't know if you know.
he really is. He's gone. I don't know, man. He's gone off
Yeah.
the rails. I feel like we're a bad influence on these people.
Or might naughty behavior be part of the survival game?
It might be. I mean, he's got different ways of surviving, and you
Right?
can't judge his
Scared the
tactics.
hell out of me.
You need to keep humans on ice
Yeah.
because we go pretty quick.
Has anybody addressed Matt's new opening segments? His new opening. Dude,
His
those
new
are
o-
scary, man. Yeah, his new intro videos.
He has a new intro video. Maybe I've missed it. I always
No. I think we looked at it together, right? You were at work, and I told you to check out. Didn't you look at it?
let me see what we're talking about here.
Cat,
You might need to throw a bluebird.
Matt, I
Are you
threw a
hearing the
blue.
music in the back?
Yeah, I just stopped it.
No, can you hear this music behind me?
No,
Burley.
just barely.
There's a Spanish wedding going on back here, and it is rocking.
Nice.
Yeah, like, yeah, and
Oh,
they're
are they playing
they're like
cumbias?
120 yards away, and they're getting down, dude. It's vibrating tools in the toolbox.
Can you hear the accordions?
Oh yeah, and horns.
They got those
Burr,
cumbias.
burr, 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 burr,
Nice.
burr.
That's
I
when you
know
know
that
it's a
beat.
party.
Yep. Yeah, they get down, huh, Spooky?
Hmm.
Well, well, well.
Yeah, and then at the end of the night, about 10 o'clock, when they start shutting down, all the fights go on. And I can hear them from here. It is good.
What in the hell is this guy? Look at this.
9.
Well, well, well. Hello, hello, everybody. How are y'all doing on this beautiful, beautiful day?
We gotta find some intros. Where's his intro at? Right here. Did he upload it as just like a by itself video? Just the intro?
No. He just plays it at the beginning of the shows now. Once he gets people in the chat and he's got an audience, he's not going to play it if nobody's there.
Okay, that makes more sense. I'm like, how come
See-
I can't? I'm not seeing it.
He says as soon as somebody comes in, I'll start the intro video.
Well, that's in here. I'm gonna go ahead and start.
Oh boy, you guys,
See?
Second Star
And-
Survival on YouTube. Go check them out.
Five,
Put your
four,
helmet on.
3,
Clear a path.
2, 1.
Hold on to
We
your.
have lift off.
Here we go. What you're about to see does not reflect the views and opinions of the Paranormal Chop Shop.
Is this what I'll be surviving for?
When you survive the next cataclysm, this is what you'll be rewarded with. So hang on, paradise is right around the corner.
And I'm finna party like it's 1999.
I mean, just think to have all this to yourself. Amazing. Amazing. When you think survival,
Why you got all them cans of water? Just put out all this damn fire.
hey there, Spooky. How you doing, son? Oh, then it's just, oh geez. Then it gets really
You
hardcore.
just barely touched the surface.
Oh, man.
Get ready. Shit is about to hit the fan.
Me back there.
Are fucked.
You need to prepare.
Are dead.
You are dead. If you live in an apartment or a trailer park situation, you're dead. You need a whole, you need a compound is what you need, okay? Or you're dead. Those flashlights, they're only gonna last so long. Why am I feeling high, but I'm not high? Have a good night there, lockdown reptiles.
Oh my god.
All right. It's all good, Spooky. You go enjoy your family night, brother. Family is more important than anything else. So don't even worry about it.
I
Don't
remember
even
that
sweat it,
night.
brother.
That was great.
He was already talking to you.
Tell the family I said hey.
Tell his family I said, hey there, Spooky.
God.
Damn it, Matt. Better get good real quick.
My rotation, my
Here.
rotary cuff is
Oh man, he's not feeling good in this one.
hurting so bad.
Dear
Mhm.
God. Let's see if anybody else joins him. We need to find one where Spooky joins him.
I should have
You guys are-
date stamped that one where I was interviewing him.
Oh
Damn it.
yeah.
I forget what day it was.
Oh man.
I think it was a Thursday. That I think I do remember. Because Cassie was doing it was on Oracles and Beyond.
Oh, okay. It was on her
Remember?
channel?
Mm-hmm.
Right on. Well, what do you think? We'll go back to first floor audio. What's everybody making for dinner tonight? Oh, it's late now, isn't it? But I want to know what people are making for dinner.
I got leftovers. Sonny saw what I had.
Yep. that
Yeah,
was good.
tacos.
I'm gonna go over to this wedding and get something to eat when they all get drunk.
Yeah.
You should.
Go
Man,
over there,
that's
have
one
a
thing.
cerveza.
That's one thing I learned being a wedding DJ is that you could basically walk into any, as long as you had like a black t-shirt and some black jeans on and you looked like you were part of like the DJ or the tech crew, you could walk into anything. Nobody's gonna, nobody looks twice at you.
They're playing Rider in the Sky right now, and the dude on the horn is killing it. Spooky.
Oh, that's a party, man.
I know. I wish you could hear it.
Honestly, I think you might want to go over there.
I think this party's coming from the cartel side. I don't know what we can talk
Oh. Yeah, but maybe better not.
about. I'm not for sure if that's the.
Jojo
Yeah.
said he's not, he's gonna try to do the show tomorrow. Interesting.
Yeah, alone? Because we haven't been.
Yeah, you didn't even invite us.
Yeah, I don't know if
Jojo.
he's still not feeling too good.
Yeah.
I haven't heard from JoJo this whole week.
Nope. Me neither. Since I got sick, I haven't heard from him.
Ever since last Friday night, actually.
Maybe we should drop him a link. Well, not a link.
I just
but at
asked him
least
if he. Yeah, I just asked him if he wanted to come on.
You
Told him we're
gonna
live.
drop JoJo Bone, a bluebird, brother?
Yeah, right on. it.
Hey there, Jojo Bone. How you doing?
Why does Matt not join us? Oh, because he's working, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, Matt's a busy man. He works a lot. He's a security guard over at this museum that he takes care of. And then he's got another property that he takes care of.
I just looked over at chat. I
Oh, he
wanna know
can
what
join.
the hell Chat's got going on over there.
What the hell?
Got a goddamn cocaine buffet.
Wow,
Lordy.
cocaine buffet. Let's see if I can pull up Twitter and send Matt throw a bluebird right at his window.
Oh, I know what he's talking about, that wedding, and you're probably right. Those guys party a little harder than me. I'm staying home.
Hey Matt, I threw a bluebird at your window.
You mean you threw a bluebird as winder?
Yeah. It just splattered all across his window.
Send me a Blu-ray, Chad, brother.
Send me one of them Blu-rays you got. I sent you a Blu-ray, brother.
What you got playing right now?
This is Lee from First Floor Audio.
It is?
Yeah, it's called TikTok.
He's rocking. Oh, this one of the new ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the album's called The Forge.
Man, he's rocking up.
– 2006.
Oh, it's an oldie but a goodie.
Oh, I never thought about it, Spooky, but I bet he gets it on that tambourine.
On the tambourine.
He's dancing around. I can hear the tambourine in the background. He's dancing around playing that. That's why he don't let us see him do that one. I want to see that now, Lee.
Too bad it's 3 in the morning there. He's definitely asleep.
Oh, poor guy. Yeah.
He does grab the morning show a lot, though.
Oh, but he did ask us to be on his show tomorrow. What about that?
What time?
I think isn't it around 3 p.m. Pacific?
Late 2, I think. 2 or 3.
Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the one and the only Matt from Second Star Survival.
Hey, boys. How y'all doing?
Hey, buddy.
Got the clap.
Hey, brother. How you doing?
How you doing, son?
Are you getting paid
Hold on,
right now?
hold on. Y'all want to see something? Hold on.
Here, I'll
Be
kill
right
the music.
back. Hold on.
All right.
I want mine to look like Matt's. My hot rod up here.
Man, you guys are bougie with your.
Damn, I have
Cameras.
nothing. I have nothing to offer.
You don't have a thing? A
Hey.
logo?
Hey, y'all want
That's
to
the
see
kinda-
me fuck with somebody? You want to see me fuck with somebody? Y'all be quiet, okay?
Okay.
Hey, tell me to be quiet. I'm
Put me up on the
goddamn
big
show.
screen.
We're putting you on the. Oh God. Okay, you're on the big screen.
I think we got it 6.
I'm not real sure. I think we're being. Uh-oh.
This fucking guy.
I don't know what's going on. He's about ready to yell at someone, I think.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
He's live
See
on
Matt get
location.
beat up. I hope it's not me you're
Oh,
getting ready to
shit.
yell at, Matt. Oh, we got some lewd activities going on.
Yep, it's live on location. You're gonna need to move this piece of shit out of here.
What in the world are you?
Hey. Yeah, I yeah. Hurry up, guys.
Oh
Alright.
man.
Later.
Oh no. He done fucking snuck up on a pickle park. What
What was going on in there? What?
They were having sex.
Oh,
Yeah.
happy
That's
Friday.
That's better on Bigfoot.
Brother
Oh,
Matt, I didn't know
heard
you was a cock blocker.
Matt from Second Star Cockblocker.
Oh, Enzo. Keep making jokes. I'm gonna put you on here, funny guy. I'm gonna drop Enzo a link.
Back live on location. We've got Second Star Survival and
Only
security
for you.
services.
Love your family.
Second Star Security Services.
Oh my god.
This
How
is
did-
America, y'all.
How did you know they were up there, Matt?
Huh?
That's where he goes.
I got cameras.
Oh yeah, you got camera. You got access to cameras. You're the head honcho around that, some bitch.
Shit, I thought he just knew all the good
Yep.
hiding spots.
She was completely butt naked,
Wow.
except for her panties.
You just busted in there. Hi, you're live on YouTube.
Hey, naked.
Hey, what's up,
I
naked?
just knocked on the window and I was like, "Hey,
You're live
get it
on
all the time.
YouTube.
Where you live? He lives in the town of Omegle.
yeah."
Bro.
Oh, we keep losing them.
Uh-oh. That guy
Yep.
just tackled him for cock blocking.
The FBI is like,
Oh, how come
you can't be uploading.
Are you crazy?
Is you crazy? The joys of being a security guard. Absolutely.
I was pretty sure that I was having bad internet service because I made the joke about calling Skunkworks and asking what that was. It's like, they're getting me again.
Cassie was
Lucky.
looking for a show there.
Boom, boom. Cassie's like, I got my eyes open. She said, you ruined their fun. She is not happy.
She said, Matt, you should have stayed there and just filmed them.
Did you remember when Cassie was driving around looking for signal a long time ago, Chad? The guy walked up to her window and she just skirted out on him. Car take off all fast.
I did not hear about that.
I don't remember that
Oh,
either.
you do? Oh, yeah, that happened. You know,
Really?
Yeah.
Yep. She wasn't at the Jack in the Box. She was somewhere else.
Jeez.
Some guy just walked up to the car when she was. Yeah, it was funny. Well, kind of funny. Me and Willie were laughing. She was scared.
Not good.
Willie was like, that poor guy was just trying to get someone to help him, and Cass almost ran him over because we couldn't see what happened.
Second star survival prevents pregnancies. Yep. Hey, cute goth girl gamer. Good to see you. Never seen you here before. Yeah, so that was Matt from Second Star Survival. If you have not checked out his channel before, please go over there and subscribe. You never know what's going to happen over there.
That's right.
He does
Always
teach
good
you.
stuff.
Does teach you some good information though about surviving out in the woods. I
Yep.
mean,
And he also teaches you don't be doing it in parking lots. You pre-birds.
That's right. That's right. He will definitely survive. Me and Spooky have talked about this before.
Oh, he's
No matter
living.
what happens.
I will eat you.
In
He
a
said it.
In
He
a
has
survival
flat out told us.
situation. Yeah.
Yep.
In a survival
Ah.
situation, he's living.
We'll chop you up and saute you with garlic, oregano.
JP, I was going to get a cowbell for the shop. I ain't got one yet.
Oh,
JP,
man.
I told him about the Fowler Rodeo and roping the mailboxes. Hey, he was a rodeo clown, and he also rode bulls. Squirrely little bastard back in the day. At my wedding, both his arms were broken in casts.
What? Good
Yeah,
Lord.
he was the best man. My wife was going to kill him. She was pissed.
That's a sign that's I like to party. You
Yeah.
know? Both your arms are in cast.
Hey, Chad,
Sir.
could you explain to me again why on the StreamYard it looks clear, but on the YouTube it looks fuzzy and blurry?
Because we're broke. We don't pay we don't
God
pay
damn
for
camera.
we don't pay for the StreamYard Pro, which gets you 1080p. We just pay for the
God damn, everybody wants their hand in your pocket, man.
we just pay for like StreamYard.
How many
Business.
damn people do you have to pay?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's like the only upgrade you get when you go to Pro, and it's like double the price. So I just never thought it was worth it.
Oh, he's back. He's
To
got
go
some
from-
more action.
720 to 1080. Welcome back, Matt from Second Star Survival. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm back. Dude just flipped me off.
Did he really? He wasn't happy with you, huh?
I just smiled and waved and I just said, "Have a good night."
Well, there's just so many other cool places to go. Why would you
Dude.
choose? You could go to a park or sit by the
How awesome would it
river.
have been if they'd have had our show playing in the background?
We're all
know,
bougie and
right?
high. We're all bougie and high and mighty now, but you know damn well we all done that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Gotta find a place, man.
I was thinking that kind of looks like Enzo's car, Matt. Don't go up there.
We might know that guy.
I could have said, hey, could I join and
Oh no!
have an all-you-can-eat buffet too?
Oh my lord! I got
Oh,
one solution for you guys to stay here if you want.
Ah.
Yeah. Now,
you-
I hope y'all don't get freaked out by a live panel.
Yeah, you're definitely live on YouTube at the moment.
I was hoping it wouldn't have been that. Turned out y'all got lucky tonight.
Matt,
He
for
got
the
caught.
for the
what he
16
did.
people listening in the chat right now, what is one of the most important things people need to hear as far as survival of today's world goes? What do people need to hear?
Get ready to starve.
Oh, get ready to starve. Did you guys hear that? You guys are going to be losing some weight.
Yeah.
I mean,
One thing.
Because here's the thing, with survival is a glorified term anymore. Everything that you watch on TV and all this stuff, Naked and Afraid and everything. How many people here do you think you're going to have a plane crash and be butt naked when you get off the plane? None of you.
Hell no.
But we're
I
not
see
we're
what
not
you're
going to be
saying.
playing. Yeah, we're not going to be playing Adam and Eve, running around, catching our dangly bits on briar bushes. But I mean, because none of us can survive that anyways, as it is on a normal basis, let alone a survival basis.
Okay, I've got a question that I've been thinking about lately.
Yeah.
So with the food shortages, are you aware of how many fields and how many farmers the government pays to not farm their land?
Yep.
Why? What is the
They get paid
purpose
not
of
to
that?
grow
Is that
corn.
that's just to control the market?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's to control overflow. It controls what we can keep and what we don't
Mm-hmm.
get rid of. Just like 4 months ago, in Iowa, there was a potato seeding farm where they pretty much where they make seeding potatoes and they distribute it out to other potato farms and everything. Well, because of the distribution shortage and everything, they were not able to send seeding potatoes to farms throughout Iowa. And they had to get rid of over 70 trillion tons of seeding potatoes. And then what they did was bury all these seeding potatoes in a landfill about the size of a football field to get rid of it all.
Oh wow!
Just like 2 weeks ago, Purdue Chicken, their flock of 5.2 million chickens came down with the bird flu, and they had to euthanize the whole entire flock. 5.2 million chickens they killed.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and after they got rid of the 5.2 million chickens, they had 200 employees for that flock. And after they disposed of all the bodies and everything, they got rid of all 200 employees also and put them on
Like a layoff.
yeah, like a layoff. And they
Did they-
shut it down.
Damn. So yeah, now they need 5.2 more million chickens.
Yeah, and trying to get that overnight is not going to happen.
Mm-mm.
And just like General Mills, probably about maybe 5 to 6 months ago, shut down two-thirds of their factory because they cannot get basic materials, oats, grains, peanuts,
Mm-hmm.
And these machines are supposed to be going active because Chad, you work in a factory. You know, if you can't get materials, you have to shut down machines, correct?
Yep. Yeah, we
Until
rely on washers from Japan. So if anything happens in Japan and we can't get washers in, then we can't run certain parts. There's
right.
nothing we can do about it.
Well, that's what they've done. They had to shut down 2/3 of the factory and everything and let go of these employees. These machines are supposed to be running 24/7 a day, 24/7, 365 days a year. And now half of their factory is not even working, and they're laying off 5 to 10 people a day because they just cannot get their distribution out.
Peace and love, JoJo Bone.
Hey, JoJo.
How
How you doing, brother?
Yeah, man, this is the time that people need to get back into learning how to do some canning. You know, canning was a big thing, and we kind of lost that. You know, growing your own vegetables, or even going to the farmer's market and supporting your local farmers and collecting the vegetables from there, and then making your own or doing your own canning at your house. Even that will work. But you need to put up some more food and be prepared.
I mean, even in World War II, every household was pushed to make what's called a victory garden. And a victory garden was a garden big enough to support you and your family. And now that whole entire mindset of growing your own vegetables, sustaining yourself, everything is a thing of the past, because there's a grocery store, there's a chicken fast food restaurant, there's a taqueria down the street. There's a
where?
Taqueria. There's literally one right across the street from me that I go and get tacos at, called Diablo Tacos. And even they shut down for almost 2 months because they couldn't get materials to keep making their carne asada or anything.
Oh my god.
So I mean, it's not just it. Most people don't understand that it's affecting the smaller counties and areas around you, because everything's going to the big box places. Everything is going to Walmart. Everything's going to Kroger. Everything's going to big name places.
Costco.
And even, yeah. So what you need to do, you need to go look at the outlining cities, outlining areas. Don't go to the big box stores. Go to your mom and pop grocery store. Go to the Mexican meat market down the street. Go to those places that cannot get this stuff, because they're the last ones on the list. I mean,
I was just thinking this too, Black Dragon, that they're trying to push lab-grown meat, so they're going to try to make real meat either like bad for us or unsavory, so we're not going on it.
Here's the thing that Japan just created. Japan just created a nutrient paste dispenser for factory workers and everything.
Nutrient
what
paste?
It is, nutrient paste. It has all the vitamins and minerals and everything that you need to sustain yourself. But it comes out kind of like oatmeal onto a bowl, and you get it free. You get it 3 times a day, all this stuff, and it's artificially seminated. Not seminated, that's a different word, but artificially created in labs. And because Japan, you got to think, smaller countries like Japan and everything, they're already suffering. They've been suffering since World War II on getting. I mean, Japan, that whole entire country is almost the size of California. And, they have more of a population than California does.
Right.
So trying to keep
another
up.
important point right here to point out that most of the mom and pop stores got wiped out during the last couple of years of shutdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
It's like a Continuous ball of crap. Just keeps
Yes.
rolling down the hill.
And I mean, there's a TikTok showing a lady that went to a Save-A-Lot, okay? A Save-A-Lot, which is a cheap brand of grocery store, okay? She went there and a 10-pound pack of ribs was costing almost $400 for beef ribs.
Good grief.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember talking to you about eating crickets before. Didn't we talk about eating crickets?
Yeah.
Protein.
Crickets, grasshoppers. Yeah,
Cricket.
it's all protein.
Yeah, they make like cricket powder or whatever, and then you can add protein to your meals with the cricket powder.
Yeah. I
Hey,
mean,
what's up,
anything that
Juice?
lives. Hey, how you doing? Any insects are full of proteins, yes, but they also carry parasites. So anything that's in their intestinal tracts, anything like that, you have to de-gut them. You have to take off their head and pull out their whole entire entrail system.
Good
because
Lord.
yeah, everything has parasites in it because they live in nature. I mean, it's just like turtles. If anybody's ever had turtle soup or anything, turtle soups are the biggest carrier of tapeworms. So you think you're going to run out into the woods and kill a turtle and make it? Yeah, you're going to make it, but you're also going to have a tapeworm or any other kind of sicknesses that go with reptiles. It's just like people in Florida. And it's like the Cubans in Florida that kill the wild iguanas and cook them and eat them, you know. It's the same thing with those iguanas. They live in the wild. They live in a whole entire different area than what they're used to. So we get other parasites in them. And that goes for everything. Everything in the wild is literally dying. Everything in the wild is getting sicknesses too. Deers are getting the wasting disease.
That's something.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
crazy to watch.
Yeah, they will sit there and walk in a complete circle until they literally fall over and die. And, you know, they have eyes bulging out, all that stuff. Rabbits have what's called a rabbit wasting disease, where it's kind of like a mange to them. And you can't eat that. You can't eat those rabbits and it goes with the same thing with squirrels. Squirrels get the same disease. I mean, yeah, I mean, even pigs, like pigs, if you want to do a test, yeah, we're not supposed to eat pigs. Pigs are easy to capture. Pigs are easy to. Oh, son of a bitch!
We got more bangers up on the roof.
I don't know. I got a Jeep going through. Hold on, guys.
Let's get it on. Let's get it on.
Second Star Cock Block.
Welcome to the Second Star Cock Block channel. Join us every Friday night where we go to the rooftop of this parking structure. You're breaking up. The Wi-Fi is killing you. It's not working for you good. That parking structure. And so it's cock block o'clock.
Hey, diddle diddle, cock block.
Oh man,
But
that's crazy.
everything that you have is tied to nature, you know. So,
Matt,
if
let's
you
get back into your
yeah.
let's get back into your security job because I think that's pretty interesting. What's one of the worst things that you've had to break up? You ever had a fight or anything like that, or somebody trying to steal something off the property?
Oh yeah, I always get into homeless fights out here.
Excuse me?
You know, always get into homeless fights, like homeless people. Like
Oh no.
it's mostly like the drug addict homeless that are fighting over a crack pipe or yeah, like
Oh man. That's my crack pipe. No, it's my crack pipe.
and
Oh man.
you'll run into that. You'll run into like when I do the bus stops for at Via and everything, like there was this one chick that was sitting on the bench and everything, and I thought she was dead because she was like passed over, almost falling off the bench, right? So I went to go check on her.
Yeah.
And she got up and she had the front of her skirt on, but the whole entire back of her skirt was missing. Like she had no underwear on.
That's hot.
Yeah. And she and the thing was
Wait a minute,
she's
are
like,
we live?
"Officer, I'm not."
We are, yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, "Officer, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing drugs or anything. I'm just sitting here and everything." And she's walking like she has something shoved up, shoved up somewhere. And I'm like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, yeah, I just walk like this all the time. And I was like, "You look like you're saddle sore. You okay?" And she's like, yeah. Then all of a sudden, this huge bag of pills drops out from between her legs.
Bingo.
And like, and there was pills all over the place, from football pills all the way to like horse-sized pills in there.
Oh, she had a whole buffet ready to rock and roll, man. She's heading to a party.
Oh yeah. And I was like, "Where's the back of your skirt at?" I was like, and she's like, this is how I walk around. I like showing everything." I was like, "All right, you do you, boo boo. You have a good day."
Wow. That is crazy.
Oh yeah.
Man. It seems like every time we talk though that you're busting up you're doing a lot of cock blocking.
I am. I'm always. The
last time we talked.
You know my quote of the day. It's never a good day without a box of limp cocks.
Oh boy. Here we go with the limp cocks again. Damn limp cocks.
Limp cocks makes the world go round.
Champ says he's obsessed with cocks.
I am.
Aren't we all?
Oh my god. Oh boy. How much time we got left over here? Let's see. About 6 more minutes or so. 6 more minutes.
Oh, what can I do with 6 minutes? Oh, I saw
you can do a
two.
lot.
Kill this microphone.
Yeah, I know. Oh, you want to know? I learned this the hard way from seeing a few homeless guys. There was some homeless guys that were sitting in a circle and everything at the museum that I guard, and they were sitting around in a circle squatting down. I thought they were shitting on the sidewalk or something, right? And I went over there and I was like, "Hey, what are y'all doing? Your pants are down. You're squatted down. Are y'all gonna shit on the sidewalk? If you are, get out of here." And they were like, "No, man, no. We're heating up these corn dogs that we got." And I was like, "What? How are you heating up corn dogs?" And they said, "Well, what we do, we sit in a circle and we put the corn dog between our ass cheeks and we huddle together. And the body heat keeps it up to a temperature where we can eat."
No. No.
Now
I ain't
that's survival.
Now that's hot.
I was like, "So how
That's
many?"
survival.
So I was asking them. I was like, "So in an emergency situation, how many corn dogs can you shove it between your ass cheeks to keep warm?" And this one guy said, this one guy
Enzo, the
looked
more
at me
you
with the
know.
straightest, yeah, this one guy looked at me with the straightest face possible, and he said, "Well, if you take the sticks out of it and everything, I could get probably 4, and maybe a 5th one between my taint and my balls."
Oh my god.
That's a butt crack family pack right there.
Oh, I could probably do 4 or 5 of them up there.
Oh,
Accommodate a few other people. Crotch pot cooking.
Right?
the balloon knot oven.
Oh, they
Oh my
also they also told me how to make how to bake potatoes. How to bake potatoes as homeless. What you do is you sit at a red light
Listen up,
and you
people.
have one guy run with potatoes and put them in the tailpipes of the cars. And you let them sit there until the cars go. Then you have another guy run and grab the potatoes out of the mufflers. then at the next red light, you put them back in the mufflers of the next cars. And I was
This
like,
ain't
oh my
real,
God.
dude. You're fucking bullshitting us, man.
No, I'm
There is
not.
no way.
I don't believe it.
Well, no wonder.
That's what these homeless guys said that they do.
Matt
They
is
said that
playing
they
us,
will
dude.
go- No, I'm not.
He's gonna
Hold on.
try to get us to
Oh.
make our baked potatoes and exhaust pipes.
He's trying to
And
get
then
us to make potatoes and
It ain't
exhaust
gonna
pipes.
work. We're gonna die, and he's gonna eat us.
Yeah, that's the whole plan.
Well,
The whole plan is to get us
This is
eliminated.
All his grand plan, man.
That's going to happen anyway,
Misinformation.
Spooky.
Hey, one time here, well,
Oh.
not here. One time in the
Spooky.
desert, I had a guy I was working with. And his name was Chone. He's an older guy, and he said, "Hey, you hungry?" And I was like, "Yeah, why?" Because I'm always hungry. And he had burritos that his wife made, and they were cold, so he threw them up on the dash. And he goes, "That'll heat
Yeah.
them up." And I was like, "You're gonna
Yeah.
kill us, man! You're gonna
Yeah,
kill us
will.
all.
I
You can't do
I
that."
learned that when I was doing
Dude.
roofing.
Within like 10 minutes, it was like he took them out of the oven because we were in the desert and we just got out of the truck and shut the
Oh,
doors.
yeah.
That was an instant oven.
He wants us to shove stuffing inside as like a Thanksgiving turkey. Yeah, he's prepping us real well.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. It's okay.
Pilot.
First, I got to hollow out your guts and use that as traffic material.
Oh, hollow out your guts.
Yeah.
This is
that
all. This is all from Second
Hey.
Star Survival Services.
Hey, Spooky knows how you make menudo. Spooky, what's one of the main ingredients of menudo? Tripe.
It's pig intestine.
Oh, is that a?
And what is humans closely related to? Pigs.
Bam.
Human tripas tacos taste good. I'll be surprised. 'Cause
Yeah.
I love them things.
That sounds real delicious.
So I'm gonna make menudo out of all of y'all. It's okay.
Oh,
But I'll save you 3 for last. Don't worry.
this is starting
A
to
little
get
hot
creepy.
sauce
This
on
is,
it?
At least,
this is where the conversation gets
at
creepy.
least we won't be filling up holes in the ground, taking up all that space.
That's right.
Nope. You'll be filling my stomach.
Better for the environment.
Because here's the thing: if you've ever wondered or ever wished for the zombie apocalypse, here's the thing: you're gonna die 6 months into the zombie apocalypse because of decaying skin, sicknesses, and the smell of putrid flesh all over the place.
Yeah, it's gonna be
And,
hard to avoid it.
Ew.
So I'm doing the world a favor by putting you on cold storage.
Ew.
Yeah.
Well, with that, man, we got about 30 seconds left. I want to make sure that we advertise.
Advertise not to ever eat at Matt's house.
Yeah,
Don't eat.
everything that you've heard
Don't
in
eat
here
a Matt
tonight.
special. I don't care if it looks good. If it looks
Don't
like
worry
bacon.
about what that beef is. Don't worry about what that liver is.
The views and opinions expressed by Second Star Survival do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the Chad Smith Podcast or the Paranormal Chop Shop. There we go.
Don't worry, they'll be in my compound. It's okay.
We are no
They
longer
will
legally.
come to my tournaments.
We're not legally liable any longer. Check us out on Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern on the Chad Smith Podcast. We're going to have Chris Holm with us this week on Tuesday. So that'd be fun. Anything else? Are you going live tonight, Matt?
Yes, I am. At 11.
What time? At 11?
11, around 11:10.
Central.
Central Texas.
Central Texas time.
Yes.
We all know Texas has their own time.
That means we are about an hour away.
You're about an hour away from the
Yes,
best
sir.
entertainment on YouTube. Go over to Second Star Survival. Make sure you got that subscribe button clicked with the bell turned on. And check us out on Tuesday at the Chad Smith Podcast. And we will see you guys next week.
Love
Thank
you all so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for
There you go.
being with us.
Family.
The good one.